Good morning, fantasy football fans and fantasy endgame fam. It's Sunday, and we're ready for week 10, which is already underway. And I don't just mean Thursday. There is a game going on. It's what, Giants, Panthers. Come on, you don't want to watch that. You want to be here with us to talk all the fantasy football facts and get your questions answered, everything that matters, because that's why we're here. Let's talk some fantasy football. You got start-sit questions for this week. Of course you do. You're still looking to make some trades. That's a smart idea because, hey, trade deadlines are not that far behind from, some leagues we've heard that's this week and some might be another week from now. Some leagues maybe don't have a deadline, but most do. So it's a good time to trade. Ask your trade questions, and we're going to go over the injury updates as we always do. All right, let's start it off. Just by the way, real quick before we get into that, because there's always lots of injury news. Chris, you're tracking this game. I know we always do. It's Giants and the Panthers. Do you like what you're seeing so far?
Well, you got to like what you're seeing. If you got Panthers players, we got Jatavion Sanders with a touchdown already. Jalen Coker. This is the week. The week everybody gave up on him again, of course. This is the week. I'm looking forward to all the Jalen Coker questions next week. You can't be feeling good if you got Giants players. Daniel Jones 1 for 5 for 3 yards against this mighty Panthers defense, and Devin Singletary the leading rusher right now. So not a good start for Giants fantasy players.
And you probably figured out too, if Daniel Jones only has one completion, Malik Neighbors didn't get that catch, and he has 0. Now, of course, it's still 1 quarter in, so there's plenty of time. And
right.
I guess if somehow they're down by multiple scores to the Panthers in the second half, as they are down by 10 right now, have to pass it a lot. But man, this is why you always say it, and sometimes you reel me in a little bit. You talk me back into the reasonable play. Like, don't go crazy with these fringe players just because of the matchup, because it doesn't always happen the way we want it or think it's going to happen. Like Tyron Tracy against the Panthers run defense should absolutely smash. And again, it's only 1 quarter, but right now, 1 carry for 2 yards.
Yeah, right now I'm actually feeling good that I kept saying no to him yesterday.
Yeah,
it's still early. I mean, he could still score. He could still rip off a long run. Of course, it's still early, but right now I'm like, oh man, I'm actually glad I said no to him so much yesterday.
Yeah, I'm definitely never regretting saying no to Daniel Jones. I don't care if the Panthers or no. All right, let's get to some of the big name players that you want to know about. And we talked about this yesterday, but maybe you didn't join us yesterday. You want to know the latest updates. These are the same. Chris Olave, is not just out for this game. He's on IR. Not officially out for the season, but it would definitely not be a shock if he didn't play again this season. Dak Prescott is pretty much out for the season. I mean, they're saying it's probably a season-ending thing, right? I know he's officially on IR, and the word is this could be season-ending, and you're saying it doesn't really matter because even if he comes back, it's week 15, 16, you're not throwing Dak in there.
Right, exactly. You can grab Dak off the waiver wire in week 15, week 16 if you really need Dak. Like, yeah, drop Dak.
If your quarterback situation is that rough by the time the fantasy playoffs are here, I don't know, you're probably not winning it. But yeah, you can drop Dak, definitely. And then Mike Evans, still not coming back just yet, so he is out. Michael Pittman is out as well. Keon Coleman, that wrist injury is keeping him out. And then let's jump ahead to Amari Cooper. He's questionable still, based on the fact that he didn't play last week. And even when he did play, he wasn't really that involved earlier. He's pretty much a hard no for you. Is that correct?
Yeah, and actually I really feel like he's probably not going to play. They elevated 2 wide receivers this week, which is never a good sign. I mean, I know Keon Coleman's out, so you expect him to elevate 1, but they elevated 2. Yeah, even if he plays, I'm not starting Amari Cooper.
Right. Way too much risk, not enough upside, which again reinforces the Khalil Shakir boom pick. I really like Shakir this week. But also, again, let's not go crazy and sit, Terry McLaurin or Deebo Samuel for him. But there you have it. Brian Robinson Jr., this one, again, kind of frustrating. Thought he might come back after missing last week, but no, he is out again. Juju That's right. Juju Smith-Schuster still in the Chiefs, but still not playing. He's out. And Trevor Lawrence officially doubtful, but not expected to play. And once again, the Jaguars are not expected to win or do very good. Because Mac Jones is in. Mac Jones at quarterback. Well, here's some goodish news for the Jaguars. Brian Thomas Jr. and Gabe Davis are going to play. Thomas had been day to day, and he did play last week, and he was kind of limited in production. I don't know. I'm going to keep saying what I was saying yesterday. I still would rather just avoid the Jaguars offense. You still feeling good enough about Brian Thomas Jr. that you could at least flex him or something?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put these fringy, kind of whatever, like fringy guy like Quentin Johnston, who's in a good spot. Like, I'm not putting him over Brian Thomas Jr. I'm not putting like Ray McLeod just because he gets the Saints over him. I'm still not doing that, but certainly dropping him down to more like the flex tier.
That's fair enough. Hold on.
Bless you.
Allergic to fringy wide receivers.
Yes.
Jonathan Brooks in this game, by the way, it matters now, but he was questionable going in. He has not touched the ball. Miles Sanders has, and Chuba Hubbard looking like he has earned that contract. I guess he's celebrating today.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I talked about Chuba Hubbard on the 10 stats video, that this Giants run defense over the last 3 games are giving up like over 170 yards per game. So, yeah, Chuba Hubbard having a nice first half, and the Giants just missed a field goal. And Tracy lost 2 yards, so he's at a whopping 0 yards right now. And Neighbors had another incompletion. So, yeah, not going so well for Giants today against the Panthers.
These teams actually kind of shocked. They have even records. If the Panthers pull this off, the Giants are officially worse than the Carolina Panthers. Just let that sink in.
My biggest question is, how did the Giants win? How did this Giants team win 2 games?
Yeah.
Like, who did they beat?
Yeah, I don't even remember. Honestly, it's like the other day, I think it was last week, it was the Broncos and the Ravens, right? And somehow they had like the same number of wins. I was like, there's no way the Broncos won that many games. I don't remember it. It didn't happen. The Broncos apparently have won some games, but you wouldn't believe it based on the way they look. And same thing with the Giants. I'm not shocked that they won any games. All right, but let's keep going. Are you prepared for the Nico Collins barrage of questions? Because Nico Collins,
Nico and Tyreek. That's it. That's going to be it today. Nico and Tyreek.
And Tyreek. It was both yesterday. So Nico Collins, let's lump them together here. Okay. Tank Dell is in. He's playing.
Yes.
Great. Nico Collins was activated after practicing on Friday, but he's still listed as questionable, and now they're saying it is a true game time decision, which is exactly the same verbiage as Tyreek Hill. A game time decision, which is the most aggravating thing of all. So we're holding fast. Yesterday, a lot of times we're basically saying, you got Nico, you play him. Are you feeling any different about Nico?
Only because it's a Sunday night game. Look, who knows what teams are thinking, but I still have trouble believing that they would activate him to the 53-man roster just to sit him, because if you're going to sit him, you don't have to activate him to the 53-man roster. Put somebody else on the roster. You know what I mean? Like, because you have 21 days to activate him, so you could activate him next week. So I still feel like he's going to play. The issue is they play tonight. So if your choices are, say, like Drake London, who plays this morning, or Nico Collins, you might just have to roll with Drake London. You know what I mean? Because what do you do if they do say Nico's out? Now, if your choice is, say, Brian Thomas Jr. or Nico Collins, then I might just wait for Nico Collins.
Right. This is where the questions come in, because it depends. The problem is that the Texans have shown that there is no other receiver in that offense that, you want to pick up and play. Like, I can do like John Mechie or Xavier Hutchinson. No, you might as well just take the 0. So there is nobody else in that game. I guess you could try Khalif Raymond, but even so, like, come on. It's not worth it. I would say that too. I think for the most part, if I have Nico, unless I have really good options, I'm probably going to play him. I think he'll play. I think Tyreek plays as well, but just know that there's risk here. And then for what it's worth, also a game time decision is Jalen McMillan. I don't think you have to wait on that one.
Right.
No. And then the good news, Drake London is expected to play. You got Drake London. Is he just an auto start because it's the Saints?
Yes, definitely.
Agree. Debo Samuel is in. That's very good news. They need him. Smash spot for him. Of course, CMC, you already know by now, he is going to play. He got CMC. You fire him up. Juwan Jennings and Jordan Mason also back. The 49ers are near full strength. The Eagles should be full strength here. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert all in. CeeDee Lamb is going to play. Already talked about Jameson Williams. He is back from that suspension. The Titans are going to have Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears in the backfield, and their new old quarterback, Will Levis, is back in the saddle. So just be prepared to fire up the opposing defense. If anything breaks today, do we have any breaking news? Tell me Tyreek Hill's playing.
Don't have breaking news. Miles Sanders just got hurt, apparently, so we might see 100% Chuba Hubbard the rest of the game. So
they're going to say we might see Jonathan Brooks, but no.
No, he's already been ruled out. Jonathan Brooks, I got bad news for everybody. Jonathan Brooks is not happening this year. It's time to move on. This is time to move on. Let it go. Let it go.
All right. Not happening.
It went from week 3 or week 4 to here we are, week 10, and he's not even active.
That's the Panthers for you. Oh, well. We'll see if anything does break during the stream. Any news, good or bad or ugly, we'll let you know. And in the meanwhile, we'll get ready to answer your questions. Also, don't forget, before we get to your questions, we also have the app of Draft Lane. And also, don't forget your underdog picks. Get your underdog picks in there because you still got some time. You can sign up if you haven't for the first time. Use code ENDGAME when you check out. And you get the free picks still for tonight, whether he has Nico or not. CJ Stroud, just getting 1 yard. Take the higher on 0.5 total yards. If you are a new customer on Underdog, you get the free pick. And you still get the deposit match up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash as long as you're using that code when you check out. It's Endgame. And almost everybody on this stream is either familiar with it or already has an account. Try it out now. I don't think I've ever heard anybody who's on Underdog say, oh, yeah, man, this, I don't know, I don't like it. It wasn't for me. I think everyone pretty much can agree it's the best site on there to do your picks. You do drafts, you can do any sport. So check it out. It's definitely worth it. And I already mentioned the Draft Lane app. If you haven't tried Draft Lane as well, it's the same way you can get in touch with us here on the stream. You can do it on the app. Ask your questions, starts at waiver wire trade, and more. It's a free download, App Store, Play Store. So try Draft Lane now if you haven't yet. Okay.
So apparently Miles Sanders was carted off, so that's not good.
Does that mean that next week they'll be forced to play Jonathan Brooks?
Yeah, it'll just be Rasheem Blackshear.
That would be funny. That would actually be kind of funny. Oh, man. All right. Let's see who's first. It is NTY.
What's up?
Welcome back. 10-team PPR. Sun God, Debo, Nico. Right off the bat. Connor, Cook, Pollard. Who to sit among these 6? We only have to sit one? Okay. Well, that's good.
You only got to sit one? Well, unless we – man. I think unless we hear something definitive, I think you just might as well sit Nico. I don't want to sit Nico. But, like, you got St. Brown, you got Debo, you got Connor, you got Cook, you got Pollard. It's not like you have terrible options here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you have good enough players that maybe you don't need to take the risk.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, that's what I thought. So the Titans play the afternoon game. So put Pollard in the flex. I assume you can put Pollard in the flex. Put Pollard in the flex, and then hopefully before the late game start, maybe we'll hear that Nico Collins is active, and then if you want, you can swap out Pollard for Nico.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm wondering, because if Nico is truly a game time decision, which maybe again I'm really thinking it's just gamesmanship here. They're just not wanting the other team to know, and it's like I don't know, it's stupid, but I assume he's playing, but it doesn't necessarily mean he'll for sure smash, right? But yeah, I'd like to have Nico in my lineup if I can. So let's just say sit Nico for now, and then if you feel really good that he's playing, you can swap him in there. Gavin Ward. Murray, CMC, JT, Terry, Debo, Ingram, Chase Brown, Cook, Tracy, Ladd, Myers, JSN, Otten. Needs another strong receiver. Who to target in a trade and for what?
All right. Let's see. Let's pull up my trusty. I mean, I don't know if you need. I mean, I wouldn't say you need another strong wide receiver. Oh, well, okay. Wait, you got Chase Brown. So, I mean, I guess. I thought that was Jamar Chase. I'm like, you got Terry Debo. Yeah, you certainly have running back depth, although I will say if Tracy busts again this week, his value it's going to tank pretty hard. And especially if Singletary has a better game than him, that's it. Tracy sell high window closed. But you got JT, you got CMC, you got Chase Brown, and you got James Cook. I mean, how are we feeling about Khalil Herbert now after he got one snap and fumbled the ball? Like, is he really going to eventually be a threat to Chase Brown?
I don't think he's a threat. I mean, I'm not taking too much out of that. This is, again, his very first game there, very first game playing. I mean, they basically had to dust him off, right? Because when's the last time he got any run with Chicago? So I'm not worried about that. I do think Chase Brown owns the backfield. So I don't view him so much as a sell high. I think he's a solid hold. But look, you got CMC and JT. You're not playing both Chase Brown and Cook. So I think you're going to trade one of those guys. And you could package one of those with Otten, potentially get a really good receiver.
Yeah, so if you go Chase Brown and Otten, you could probably get like a DK Metcalf, but you could get a DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if Malik Neighbors busts again today, you might be able to go get a Malik Neighbors after today.
And some people are trying to trade CeeDee Lamb. They're worried.
Yeah, I don't know if CeeDee Lamb's a buy for me, to be honest. I'm with the people who are worried. Like, I think CeeDee Lamb, like I said, I think CeeDee Lamb will be a wide receiver 2 rest this season. But, yeah, I don't know if I'm actively going out to try to trade for CeeDee Lamb personally.
Well, there you go. I mean, you could definitely... this will come down to your trade partner, right? Who wants or needs a tight end like Otten and needs a running back. So see what you can get. The best receiver you can get. Brian Furman, always nice and early. Is CD a go this week? Yes. But would you play Pickens or McConkey?
No. I'm not playing those guys over CD.
No. Also take Stroud out and play Stafford.
I don't think so. I don't love Stafford's map. Plus, Stafford plays on Monday night. Stafford plays Monday night, so I guess you'll know if Nico's playing or not before then. But I think I still go Stroud. It's not a great spot for Stafford this week against this Dolphins secondary. Stroud has a much better matchup against the Lions, so I think I'm still going Stroud here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if Nico doesn't play, that limits Stroud's ceiling, but it's still a better matchup for Stroud. I would go Stroud too. Rob, what's up? 10-teamer, full PPR, 2 receivers in a flex. Who to start? I'm on Rob, Puka, Garrett Wilson, Nico, and Devontae Smith. Plucked Puka off the waiver wire weeks ago. Very nice. in a 10-team.
I think I just go the first 3. I think you have good enough wide receivers. You don't need to risk it with Nico potentially not playing. Just play the first 3 and don't risk it.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of a group where you don't need to worry about Nico because you got studs. And I like Devonta Smith, but I don't think I'd put him over Garrett Wilson. So there you go. You got the first 3, and good luck to you, and good move picking up Puka being active. Z. Start Pollard, Ramondre, or Eckler.
Good one. I think I'm going Pollard. Let me see. I know he's got the tough matchup against the Chargers, but he's been so good.
Yeah, Ramondre also has a tough matchup though on the road against the Bears.
Yeah, Bears haven't been like super strong against the run. The problem is, I mean, look at Ramondre. What did he get? 16 yards last week. Like Ramondre is a guy like, yeah, he's been living off touchdowns, but without those touchdowns, like you could really regret starting. I think I'm going Pollard still here. And Eckler also in a tough spot against the Steelers. And we saw last week, even with Brian Robinson out, it wasn't like Eckler dominated the backfield. What he had, 11 carries, 3 catches. Like they use a committee.
Yeah, Eckler's fine, but limited upside. It's a really tough matchup for Eckler too. Really, I think he's a little bit better off because he'll do work as a pass catcher. But yeah, I think Pollard is still just the best of these backs. Would you consider starting one of those, flexing one of those instead of Tyreek, given the risk here?
No,
not enough.
I would just. I mean, man, why Tyreek? Why? So he did travel with the team, which is a good sign. Man, I'll ask this: is Raheem Mostert on like? Who else could is Demarcus Robinson on waiver wire?
It depends on your backup options.
Yeah, like is Raheem Mostert out there? Because I don't know how shallow your league is. Like, you know, if you're in like a 10-team league, Raheem Mostert might still be on the waiver wire. Yeah, if you have like a decent option to pivot to, then I would probably just want to wait for Tyreek because I don't feel great. Like even Tony Pollard, I don't feel great about Tony Pollard, but I feel good about him.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I don't feel great about any of those running backs necessarily this week, so I'd rather hold up for Reek for the upside. All right, Ricardo is back. Ricardo Andrade. Ooh, interesting. All right, well, Neighbors is playing right now. I don't know if this matters what he does. Neighbors, Dobbins for CMC.
Yeah, I think
one of the three, either Ladd, DJ Moore, or Ridley. Getting Neighbors, Dobbins for CMC, and one of those 3.
Yeah, those. I mean, Ladd's okay. DJ Moore is okay. I think I just want CMC here.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen the rest of this game, but Neighbors not looking like a alpha. Okay. This is what I was worried about. This is what I was worried about when Malik Neighbors drafting him in fantasy. This is what I was worried about. And on the first 3 weeks, it was like, oh, forget it. He's just going to dominate. And now reality is setting in. So I'm just saying that, look, he is an alpha. He is a stud. He's stuck with Daniel Jones. This is what I was worried about. So I'm taking the CMC side. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Daniel Jones just isn't it. He does have 1 catch for 4 yards at least. I
mean, there's that. I'm not going to get you nothing.
And Tyrone Tracy up to 21 yards, so at least he's still alive. But it's still only second quarter. It's only the second quarter. Look, I really feel like I want maybe this offseason, if I have time, I'll try to do this research. I don't even know. Well, no, you could do it on fantasy points. I really feel like 75% of fantasy points are scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, feels like it.
Like it feels like games like in the first quarter, the second quarter, like teams aren't like they're just kind of like whatever, and then the third quarter, and then the fourth quarter comes along and the game's close. Like look at that Ravens Bengals game. It was like everybody started going nuts in the fourth quarter. Like these close games, like they just erupt in the fourth quarter. So it's still only the second quarter. Let's not do anything crazy like rage drop Malik Neighbors or Tyron Tracy yet. But Daniel Jones, man. I mean, okay, I can rage drop Daniel Jones. I mean, I don't have Daniel Jones anywhere, but man, whatever. This guy, the Giants, like, yeah, Giants, man. What
anybody has Daniel Jones
altering decision when they sign this guy to that extension, and not in a good way.
Oh, we kind of laughed when that happened. Actually, we laughed when they drafted him. I remember. Don't you remember that draft day?
Yes, we were like shocked.
Yeah, if you have Daniel Jones, the only rage should be at yourself for having him. But yeah. Anyways, I think the point of this is I'd rather have CMC.
Yeah, just give me. He's fine. Like I keep saying that. Like we get these questions where people are like, "Hey, I got offered blah 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 for my CMC," and I'm like, "You just held CMC for 10 weeks, and now he's back. You're gonna trade him? Like what?"
Just hold tight. What about CR from Germany? As always.
Oh, what's up? Are you at the game?
That's a good question. Actually, well, maybe. 12 team, 3 receiver, have Hurts, Barkley, AJB, Smith. Trying to trade Smith. I mean, look, if there's an offense to be heavily invested in, the Eagles is a good one, but would you trade him for BTJ? No, not anymore.
No, we might see Mac Jones rest the season. No way.
Yeah. I don't think I would have done this anyways.
Yeah. Why does nobody like Devonta Smith in fantasy?
That's a good question. I always feel like he's undervalued, underappreciated.
Every year. No one wants this guy.
Yeah. The Slim Reaper. D underdog.
Okay, that is a nickname.
Yes. That alone makes him one of my favorite players.
Like at least he's not like what's his jersey number? I don't even know. 13? I don't even know. What's his jersey number? How come I don't know I should know his
17?
17? I don't know, whatever. At least he's not like DS17. DS17.
Oh,
AR5.
He's 6.
DS6. AR5. Like, oh, you guys are so creative. Like Slim Reaper, that's a nickname. That
is a good nickname. The Penguin here, Flex 2. The Penguin, Sterling Shepard, Ray, Tipton, or JMO.
I think you got to go the Penguin here. Even if Tyreek plays, I'm going the Penguin. I just think he has way more upside than the rest of these guys.
I'll go. We need 2 of these guys: Waddle and
oh boy, I think I'll just gamble on Jameson.
Yeah,
gamble on Jameson.
I'm not willing to gamble on Tipton this week and Shepard. No. And now that Drake London is playing, like it puts a little bit of a damper on Ray McLeod's. He'll still get you something, but Jameson Williams could make up in one play.
Right?
Ray could get you. Max Power got chased on Thursday night. Oh, okay, but you have Lamar, so you definitely have a chance. Needs a flex. It's a standard league. Eckler or Jennings. Oh, that's easy.
Jennings. Definitely go Jennings.
Especially in standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can't answer that one. Felix Tab. Which 2? Jennings, Laporta, or Hawkinson?
Okay, how low? I mean, Jennings number 1 by a mile. Now the question is, how low am I on Laporta? Am I Hawkinson low?
You can't be Hawkinson low. You're not. I mean, what are we expecting from Hawkinson this week?
Okay, well, let me throw this back at you. Last week, one of these tight ends had 2 catches for 28 yards, and the other one had 3 for 27. And I'll let you try to guess which one was which.
I think the lower one was Laporta.
Yeah. So I might be Hawkinson low on Laporta this week. Not to mention it's the Texans. They're giving the 3rd fewest points to tight ends. There's nothing that jumps off the page as like this is a good matchup for Laporta.
And Jameson is back.
I'm just gonna go Hawkinson.
Maybe I am kind of clinging on to hope for Laporta and still starting him. Hawkinson gets the Jaguars.
Yes, gets the Jaguars.
You know what? You're right. Maybe we should just go Hawkinson here. All right, it's definitely Jennings is the first one. Let's go Hawkinson for the other. Or another Jennings question from Stefan0909. Pretty happy in fantasy, not really happy in real life as a Bengals fan. That must be really frustrating to see your team.
Okay, we talked about because we're the game's on. We got time this morning. We talked about a little bit about the Ravens. Are the Bengals the best 4-6 team you can remember? Like, I feel like every week it feels like the Bengals won. Like, it feels like every week the Bengals won, and then I look and they lost. I'm like, what? They lost? Like, it just how are the Bengals 4-6?
Well, they twice now lost at the very end to the Ravens, who, look, no shame in that. The Ravens, I think, are honestly, other than the Chiefs, who it just doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter who's on the Chiefs as long as they have Mahomes, right? So the Chiefs, but other than the Chiefs, I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. But yeah, the Bengals, I don't know if their defense is good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to the Chiefs. Okay, they lost to the Ravens twice. They lost to the Eagles. So they've had losses to some good teams, but they also lost to the Patriots. They lost to, well, no, that's it. So other than the first game of the season, they've had some tough losses to good teams.
I feel like the Bengals. I know people are saying their defense is bad, but the Ravens' defense is horrible. But but they win, so we don't care. Like they win, so we don't care. Like you're telling me what you saw on Thursday night. The Ravens' defense is a significant upgrade from the Bengals.
Oh no, not their defense.
They literally, the Ravens drove down, took the lead, got a 2-point conversion, and on the very next play, the Bengals gave up a 70-yard touchdown to give up the lead. I mean, the Ravens. Their defense is just as bad as the Bengals' defense.
It's true.
I just feel like you said, like the Bengals have just found ways to lose games this year, like just agonizing losses that you feel like, how did they lose that game? They're like the Bizarro Giants, or maybe the Bizarro Broncos, because the Giants only have 2 wins.
That's funny, the Bizarro version, the Bizarro world.
Anyways,
yeah, I just realized now their losses. They have had a tough schedule. They've had some losses to good teams, so it's fair. All right, let's see. Stefan, Juwan Jennings, DJ Moore, Shakir, just one.
I'm going Juwan Jennings here. I think he has the most upside. Although I do like Shakir.
I like Shakir, but I'd go Jennings here too. And then Moises, good morning. Mixon or Ramondre?
Gotta go Mixon. Mixon's a no doubter. I got Mixon. He's in my lineup every week. I don't even think about it.
Right. Yeah. I know it's not a great matchup on paper, but you got to start Mixon. And then here's the Tyreek question. If you got Odunze, Rico, Harrison, or QJ, I think this is exactly the group you mentioned, or at least QJ. In this case, I would just go with Tyreek.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I could consider Harrison, but is Harrison really? Yeah, just wait and hope. It sounds like he's playing.
Yeah, I think he will play. Benny, what's up, Benny Black? Full PPR, Ramondre, Jennings, or Downs?
I'm going Jennings here. Might be irrationally high on Jennings this week, but I think he's got the most upside.
He does. Pearsall, Parker Washington, Tank Bigsby, or Ray Davis?
Oh, wow.
Now, let me just tell you this, Benny, because I'm kind of trying to set my lineups as we do this because I don't always get a chance to make updates before we start. So I had Parker Washington stashed on one team. I just dropped him, which tells you how much I think of him this week. I am starting Ray Davis in another league only because I have to, because Kenneth Walker is on bye and my other running back is also on bye. I really don't want to be in on the Jags. I think Tank might normally be the guy, but I would just roll the dice with Ray Davis, honestly.
Yeah, I might just roll the dice with Ray Davis too. Tank Bigsby against the Vikings with Mac Jones. Yeah.
And then Pearsall, Mostert, or Tolbert.
think you just got to go Mostert here. Hope for the touchdown upside.
Yeah. Mostert, hope he doesn't fumble. Harrison or Downs?
I think I'll go Downs. Downs with no Pittman.
I'm going to go Downs too. Out on Harrison. I saw something interesting, and of course, it's just a theory. People like to think they know, but something about Harrison isn't one of these type of receivers who calls for the ball and is we're loud. We haven't heard much from him, right? He's
Right.
pretty quiet. I mean, think of his dad, right? Marvin Harrison, just a professional and very much to himself. Does not want the limelight. And Kyler also not really. Basically, that the wording was that neither Kyler nor Marvin are alphas, right? They're not alpha types. And so the communication between them isn't very good because Harrison's not calling for the ball. He's not, talking up to Kyler, and Kyler's not talking to him. And so it's just maybe not a good mix there. You know what I mean? Who knows? It's an interesting theory, that maybe it's like a personal conflict, but you know what I mean? Just.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but whose theory is this? Some Twitter guy watching from the outside? You know what I mean? We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We don't know,
right. We don't know. Just it's food for thought.
Right. I think the real, well, I mean, again, I'm a Twitter guy. Well, I'm not a Twitter guy, but whatever. I'm a YouTube guy on the outside looking in, but I do look at the data. And at least, early in the season, they were asking Marvin Harrison just to run a lot of vertical routes. And that's always going to be tough for any wide receiver because those routes take time, and they're not easy throws for the quarterback, even for somebody like Kyler. So if he looks and maybe he thinks the safety's coming over to help, he might just not throw it to him. You know what I mean? But they have started to use more in-breaking routes, horizontal routes for him. So that's a good thing, but not a good matchup this week. So.
Yeah, what's annoying is that one game they finally started using him the right way, and he had a big game. And then last week it was like back to the drawing board. Let's just throw it to you 3 times or something. But anyways, with Nico back and T-Law out, Dell, Jennings, or Ramondre?
I still think I go Dell here.
Yeah,
let's not go all in on Jennings this week, Benny. Let's get Jennings in one lineup and Dell in the other.
Yeah, and Dell, even if Nico does play, which again hasn't really even been confirmed yet, Dell is still a guy who'll get targeted plenty. All right, good luck, Benny, in all your leagues. Alexander's channel needs one: Waddle, Otten, or Dell.
I think I got to go Dell here. Again, Waddle is interesting. I like Waddle's upside this week, but he's risky. I know Otten, but I don't know. It's still a tight end and tough matchup. I'll just go Dell.
This one is close. It should be a good game for Waddle, but let's go with a guy who has had good games lately and go with Dell because it is a good matchup for Dell. And then Benson or Spears?
Oh, man. Which change of pace running back do we like better this week?
Well, I'll say Benson is the one. I was encouraged by the fact that they actually were using him in the first half last week and he scored that touchdown. And then I was kind of annoyed because then Demarcado came in and he ripped off that long touchdown. And Demarcado has looked good. So Benson doesn't really still have a clear path to touches, but at least he's getting some touches. Spears is coming off of an injury. Again, he's like, this dude is always hurt, and it's not a good matchup for the run defense here. So if you're going to take a swing on somebody, which is what this is, I think for me it's Benson.
All right, fine. Just go Benson. I don't have a strong opinion either way, so just go Benson.
And then BTJ or Ladd.
I think I just go Ladd here. I don't love the matchup for Ladd this week, but I like his quarterback a lot more, so I'm going to go Ladd.
Yeah, if I have an excuse to not start a Jag, I'll do it. I'll go Ladd. And Alexander also wants to know, trade Reed for Rico.
I'm taking Jaden Reed here pretty comfortably. So I don't know which side you're getting, but I'm taking Jaden Reed.
Yeah, like if you want to trade Reed for a running back, I'm down with that, but I think you can do better. You should be able to do better than Rico. Black Star Comics. Welcome. Stevenson or Harris? It's PPR.
Yeah, I'm going Najee this week. I know Stevenson's been better, but it's just, again, he's just living off of touchdowns, which is important. I get it. It's important. But Najee gets that Commanders defense, 3 straight 100-yard games. I'm going Najee.
Yeah, generally, this is pretty close, right? They're very similar type of running backs. Generally, I might prefer Ramondre, but this week, Harris has a better matchup. Go Harris. Jordan Olson, cheers. The playoff push is definitely alive. You're 6-3.
Oh, yeah.
Dak's done. But sell Ferg for Hawk.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess fine. I don't have a strong opinion about that.
I think it's fine. I don't think Hawkinson is necessarily going to do worse than Ferguson down the stretch. He might, continue to look closer. He's not going to look like he did last year. Let's face it. He's not, right? He's still coming off injury, but yeah, better offense. So sure.
Well, Giants got down inside the 20, and Daniel Jones threw an interception.
Oh, it's funny. Malik Neighbors, 12 yards going into the half.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Mind Muscle, 5,000, needs a win to pull out the season. Okay. McLaurin or Pickens?
McLaurin. Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
Definitely.
Connor or Hunt?
Man, this one is close. This one is very close. I think I'm going Connor.
Yeah, I generally feel better about Connor. It is close, though. BTJ or risk Nico? I'm going Nico.
Just risk Nico.
Yeah. You should rephrase this. Nico or risk the receiver catching passes from Mac Jones. Mark Bone. Good luck, by the way, Mind Muscle. Hope you pull it out. Thanks for the advice, but he didn't say if you would sit Bigsby for Jordan Mason or Rashawn Johnson. Starting Jalen Warren, but needs another one. Okay, so Bigsby, Mason, or Rashawn Johnson.
I'd probably just go Mason here and hope maybe CMC isn't like he still gets some run. I mean, Rashawn Johnson, you need him to fall in the end zone. Bigsby, I don't even know what you need. I don't even know what you need from Bigsby. Like against the Vikings, it's going to go Mason.
Yeah, I think I generally try to go for whoever I think is going to get the most touches, which probably will be Bigsby. But if Etienne is playing and Bigsby is banged up and it's the Vikings run defense, like you said, just hope that Mason, is involved still. Just go Mason. Cody is back. How do we feel about Breece Hall versus James Cook?
I feel like I'm starting Breece Hall.
Yes. No reason not to start Breece Hall. I mean, look, I feel good about James Cook, but I think you got to go Breece. Derek Gonzalez, pick 3. Harrison Downs, Shakir, Tyreek, Pearsall.
I'm going down Shakir, Tyreek. I'll just gamble on Tyreek here. Down Shakir, Tyreek.
Yep, like those middle 3 as well. Also, Stafford or Murray. We've been saying Murray.
Yeah, I'm going Murray here. Give me the rushing upside.
Yes. And then the Crooked Samaritan is here. Would you drop Deontay to stash Braylon Allen?
Man, you know what's going to happen. As soon as we say, yeah, go ahead, drop Deontay, he's going to have like 7 catches for 100 yards.
Is he? I don't know. I don't know if he will. I
mean, if you have Breece Hall, I guess.
Yeah. If you have Breece, sure. All right, Moises McCaffrey thinking he'll get 20 touches. I can see that happening. So Mason or Tyreek. Well, in this case, you can wait for Tyreek.
Definitely Tyreek.
Yeah. Because the upside for Mason is not that much. All right, Sir Bromer, good morning. Special shout out to Nico Managers. That's right. We'll see what happens here. See what happens. Okay. Derek Wells Spiegel asking Nico, Jennings, or Downs?
Man, this is Derek. Oh, why are you doing this to us, Derek? And both these teams play the early slate, so you have to decide now. I don't know. I don't. I mean, Nico's got to play, right? Like, why activate Nico if you're not going to play him? Like, it doesn't make, you're just going to, so you just waste the roster spot with a guy who's not playing? Like, this isn't like Jonathan Brooks where, like, his 21-day window was up and they had to activate him. They didn't have to activate Nico yet. They could have waited till next week. They just opened up his 21-day window, like 2 days ago? They could have waited.
Yeah, I gotta think he plays.
I think in this case, I'm just going to wait for Nico.
Yeah, I really like Jennings this week, but again, I'm gonna if I have Nico, I'm gonna play him.
Yep.
Mr. Rivers, good morning. All right, what about Tracy? Is he back to being a backup? No, he's coming on now. I know this comment was a little earlier. What's the stat at halftime? It's almost halftime.
I mean, I think there's been a little more Singletary this week than we would like, but I mean, Tracy has 8 carries to Singletary's 3.
Yeah, 40 yards at halftime.
What do you like? I guess the real issue with putting Neighbors and Tracy on the booms is Daniel Jones.
It is Daniel Jones.
Because even against Carolina, like Daniel, they have to bench Daniel Jones. Okay, well, they left him out there to kneel at least. But, I mean, like, can you really roll out Daniel Jones in the second half?
When your other option is Drew Lock. Yeah. Oh, man. This is horrible. Shut out by the Carolina Panthers in the first half.
Jeez.
Anyways, let's hold that hope here on Tracy. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily want to start him next week, but anyways. So he says my opponent has Amari Flowers.
Halftime.
Yeah. Okay. Say again.
I said it's still only halftime. It's only halftime. He's got 40 yards. He could have 40 yards and a touchdown in the second half, and suddenly he's okay.
Oh yeah. And Dayball, slaps him up at halftime in the locker room, lights a fire under them.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Replaces Daniel Jones. Jedi Cough. Flex Eckler or Pollard?
I'm going Pollard here still. He's the lead back. He's been good. Pollard's been good. I'm going Pollard.
I mean, you just got to roll Pollard out there. Very solid. And then Brennan Boykin. Cooper or London?
Definitely London. London gets the Saints. Let's go.
It's definitely London, and it's definitely not Cooper. So both. Now, what about Hawkinson or Ingram?
I'm still going Ingram here. Still going Ingram. He's gonna be out there the whole game. It's not like Mac Jones. Mac Jones isn't Daniel Jones level bad. I'll say that. So give me Ingram.
A little bit of faith in Mac Jones, huh? Yeah, I'll go Ingram too. Alexis, what's up? Got chased. No, I got Jamard. You got chased on Thursday, but don't give up. Stafford, Rodgers, or Caleb Williams?
I think I'm going Aaron Rodgers here. I like Aaron Rodgers as a matchup this week. Not feeling a big Stafford game. No, definitely not feeling a big Caleb game. I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'd guess. Grudgingly start Aaron Rodgers here. And then for RB, Braylon Allen, Ray Davis, Trey Benson, or Vidal.
Probably go Trey Benson. He's actually getting a little bit involved. Braylon Allen, you never know. Like, he has a game where he gets 12 carries, and he has a game where he, like, disappears. We'll go Benson.
Yeah, it's definitely not Vidal. He's barely getting the ball.
Yeah.
Braylon Allen's...
And Gus Edwards back now.
Right. Yeah. I kind of like Ray Davis here because the Colts don't have a great defense. He's been at least semi-involved. This is... I mean... all of them are who knows, right? Who knows if they'll get touches or not. I lean Ray Davis. And then Nico playing, that's the question of the day.
Question of the day. And by the way, back to that Tyrone Tracy backup question. He played 29 snaps. That's 72%. So he's still clearly the lead back here. It's just he's on the Giants. He's stuck on the Giants with like Malik Neighbors. Just death for fantasy.
Let's see. Still a half left. Other John. In non-PPR. Okay, Ingram, or I'm guessing this is Taysom Hill.
I'm going Ingram still. Well, I don't know. Actually, you know what? In non-PPR, I might go Taysom, actually. Because if I had to pick on one of these, if I had to bet on one of these guys scoring, it's Taysom Hill, because he'll get like goal line carries. So give me Taysom Hill in non-PPR.
Yeah, because we're looking for touchdown upside here. I mean,
yep.
Why not go Taysom? All right. Polly got the gaming 420. Mahomes or Darnold?
Well, here, actually, I wanted to instantly say Darnold. And I think I am saying Darnold, actually. Against the Vikings, yeah, I'm going Darnold.
Yeah, why not? Better matchup here. Darnold getting the Jags. Let's go Darnold. Let's help Adrian Driscoll. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy or Kirk Cousins.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Like those other two are definitely very tempting. Good, great matchups, and they could be among the top scorers in fantasy, but it's Josh Allen. You got Josh Allen, start Josh Allen. Eric Castellanos needs an emergency flex. Oh, yeah. Mason Tipton, Parker Washington, Tank Bigsby, or Mike Williams, who is active today for the Steelers.
All right. Hear me out. Hear me out here. I think I'm going Mason Tipton.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to have to, deep dive.
Look, the other two are Jaguars, so I can say no. Mike Williams, how much is he going to even be out there for the Steelers?
Exactly.
But you kind of like Mason Tipton?
Yeah, so I saw a stat. Mason Tipton, every single one of his catches this year is against zone. Not that he has a lot of catches, but they are all against zone.
All two of them.
And Atlanta plays zone 80% of the time. Hey, this is an emergency flex. Give me Tipton.
Why not? Why not? Look, I'm going to put Tipton in my lineup right now. There you go. Done. Jumbus. Pick two. Devontae Smith, D-Hop, BTJ, or Mari. We can scratch
I'm
Mari
definitely going. I'm going the first two. I gotta just not doing it with Amari, even if he somehow plays, which I have my doubts. And BTJ with Mac Jones. No thanks. Give me the first two.
Yeah, definitely Devontae. And I don't love D-Hop this week, but I'll love him a little bit more than BTJ. Mac P. Pick two in a flex. Kyron, Brees Hall, Mixon, or CMC. All right.
Wow. Oh my gosh. What is this? You can't bench Kyron, you can't bench Brees, you can't bench Mixon, you can't bench CMC.
Well, I think let's start with the CMC issue. I mean, assuming he gets full run, strong start, still CMC over all these guys.
I don't. He's actually the one I might bench out of this group, only because he's the one most at risk of like maybe not seeing a full workload, or maybe re-aggravating an injury, or like it's the third quarter and they're like, oh, Christian McCaffrey's on the sideline getting his Achilles looked at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because you have like three, like because you're so stacked, I might just not risk it with CMC this week, which is really frustrating because you've had CMC on your bench for 10 weeks and now you're going to keep him on your bench. But how did you get this team? How did you get these running backs?
That's a fair question. Yeah, I don't know, but it's a good problem to have. I guess just don't take the risk with CMC since you got studs otherwise. And now we got to pick two of these between Debo, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, and Josh Downs.
Now this one's easy because it's just AJ Brown and Debo.
Yeah, like I like Devontae Adams this week, but I'm not sitting Debo. No way. This matchup and AJ Brown, never. And then Pitts or Hawkinson. Or go Pitts.
Yeah, Pitts. Definitely Pitts.
Stafford or Knicks. You can't play Knicks against the Chiefs defense. No. So Stafford.
Yeah, Stafford.
Julio, good morning. Stash, and by stash you mean like they're out there. JMO or Mike Evans? I think you got to stash Evans.
Yeah, you got to definitely stash Evans. How is Evans just out there?
Yeah. SoFly. All right, here we go. You're throwing a dart. Is it going to land on Alec Pierce or Demarcus Robinson?
D-Rob. I'm not starting Alec Pierce with Joe Flacco.
I did see, because somebody mentioned about D-Rob being questionable. I did see that. I'm not sure what his status is. Let me see if that has changed in any way. Oh, look, there you go. No, he's clear. Looks like he's clear now. No injury designation. All right, there you go. So go D-Rob. Seth Swirsky. What's up, Seth? For the last flex spot, go with Keenan, Etienne, Nick Westbrook, Ekine, or Mike Williams. I don't think we can trust Mike Williams.
I'm going Keenan here. I don't love Keenan, but he's like he's over these guys for me. Go Keenan.
Yeah. Hey, Westbrook Ekine has caught a couple of touchdowns, but you got to remember it's Will Levis back in there now for the Titans, and I don't want to start Etienne. So go Keenan, Stroud, or Stafford.
Stroud. I'm still going Stroud over Stafford. I still feel like Nico's gonna play here, and it's not a good spot for Stafford.
Well, I will say, because the Stroud game is at night tonight. Stafford is Monday night. I guess if Nico doesn't play like at all, you could always pivot to Stafford. But right now, I'd put Stroud in there. All right, Jedi Koth, Mostert or Marv?
I'm going Marvin Harrison here. I don't think I could put Mostert in over him. I know Mostert scored, but man. I think I'm still going Marv. Maybe I'm too stubborn on Marv.
No, in this case, I'll put Marv. I don't love it, but there's potential there. And then Bert 454, Devontae or Nico?
Oh, man.
Normally, I might have said just go Nico here. I have still said that if I have Nico, I'm playing him. I like Adams this week, and he's definitely, you're not taking that risk on versus the number one team this week. I would say something like, look, if you got chased on Thursday, if you're down big, or maybe you face Lamar or whatever, you take a swing on the upside of Nico, but if not, you just might want to play it safer with a guy like Devontae Adams.
I will say this: Adams plays the late slate of games, so at least we'll hopefully get an update before they start. Hopefully, but I think I'm going Nico.
And CMC or JT?
Man, I think you got to go. This one, I'll go CMC. I'm a little nervous with. I mean, I know JT has a great matchup this week against the Bills' run defense, but I'm nervous with Flacco, man. Please. I never thought I'd say this, but please give us Anthony Richardson back. At least we can save Jonathan Taylor. I'm going CMC.
Quickly things change. Yeah, it's the same debate here. Like, you want to shoot for the upside or you want to play it relatively safe. You say you're going against the number 1 team here, and it's a 10-team league, so just go CMC. Andres Huerta. All right, if Hill is out, which you probably won't know until Monday night, well, Hopkins, Waddler, JSN. I'm pretty sure JSN is a no because the Seahawks are not playing. I just go Waddle.
Yeah, I think I just go Waddle too. He's got the upside this week.
Yeah. And then Jonathan Quaterbay.
Getting around to setting my lineups. I forgot I didn't set my lineups this week.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh my! I literally have I just realized I have a league with no QB. I literally I have a dynasty. I have a dynasty league with. I don't have a starting QB this week because JJ McCarthy and Deshaun Watson are hurt, and Gardner Minshew's on bye.
I have a league like that. I had 4 quarterbacks. I'll tell you who they are: Justin Fields, Deshaun Watson, Will Levis, who now is playing but hadn't been playing, and Aiden O'Connell. Those are my 4 quarterbacks. Yeah, awesome. Pop or Nico? Look, in this case, you gotta go Nico.
Definitely wait for Nico.
Yeah. Augustin Puente. Okay, this is tougher. Go DeAndre Swift or wait for Nico. Still have Waddle on the bench. Oh, well, you can always.
Oh, then I would wait. I would wait for Nico and pivot to Waddle for sure.
Yeah,
for sure here.
Yeah. Senor Rojo, who to stash, Benson or A.D. Mitchell?
That's a tough one. But I think I'm going to choose the running back. Because A.D. Mitchell, I mean, look, I know Pittman's out this week. Excuse me, but it's not like Pittman's on IR or something.
Right.
I think I'll stash Benson.
A.D. Mitchell has really not gotten very involved. And that pass offense is looking a little sketchy these days. Go with the running back. 24
Daniel Jones still in there.
Who's still in there? Daniel? Oh, well, that's
Daniel
not surprising.
Jones.
If they make a switch, it would be, for next week. But I don't know.
I mean, if they lose, we just saw Dennis Allen get fired after losing to the Panthers. Are we about to see Brian Daboll get fired after losing to the Panthers?
And well, that's a fair question. Also, this is, an international game. This is being broadcast. It's like a primetime game. You know what I mean? But you never know.
They're like, just don't fly back. They're like, book a different flight home.
Yeah. Pull an Urban Meyer and don't fly back with the team.
Right. Stay back in Germany, drink some beer, and
Yeah.
24K
Lightning wants us to pick one of these crappy receivers: Pearsall, Mike Williams, Parker Washington, or Calvin Austin.
Is Calvin Austin playing? Wasn't he banged up? Is he even playing?
Good question. I would have to look at that.
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I would be concerned with Pearsall too. I'm concerned Mike Williams barely plays. I'm concerned Parker Washington has Mac Jones. I might just go Calvin Austin. Why not? I mean, the correct answer is probably none of the above, but if you got to pick one, I might just go Calvin Austin.
Yeah, at least he has that big playability, right? I mean,
Yeah,
sure, why not? Lilish needs flex. Eckler, D-Hop, Najee, or BTJ?
I'm going Najee here. I don't know the scoring. It's close between him and D-Hop, depending on the scoring settings, like if it's PPR. But I like Najee this week. He's been running the ball well. The Commanders' pass defense has gotten much better, but the run defense still not great. I'm going to go Najee.
Yeah, it's between the running backs. I think we had something similar between those running backs. Let's say Najee should get more touches. Not a bad matchup. So let's go Najee. Anthony, what's up? Tua or Kyler?
I think I'm still going Tua here. Let me check. Yeah, I mean, not a great spot for either of them, but I feel like Tyreek will play. I'm gonna go Tua.
Yeah, I'd like to know that Hill is definitely playing, and then I'd just say Tua for sure. I feel like he is probably playing, so let's go Tua and hope for the best. Robert Graham in a standard league needs a flex between Downs, Bucky, Devontae Smith, or Cooper.
Even in non PPR, I'm going Devonta Smith over Irving.
Yes, Devontae Smith it is. All right, Cody now wants to know between Waddle or Debo.
Gotta go Debo. Debo gets the Bucks.
Yeah, this might be the first big Waddle week, maybe. I would find it really hard to believe that Debo doesn't have at least a very good week, if not a monster week. So you got to start Debo. Jordan wants to know, well, I think we already talked kind of about this. Ferguson, are we out or up on Ferguson? I mean, you can't be up on him.
I'm not up on him. I'm not out on him either, but I'm not up on him. I think he goes into like one of the higher end, like, I don't want to call him a streamer, but like a higher end streamer, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a guy you will set and forget necessarily. I don't know. I'll be curious to see what the target share looks like today. They still don't really have a true number 2 target after CeeDee Lamb. I mean, Tolbert's been good in spots, but I don't know the consistency isn't there. And then after that, it's a bunch of guys. Oh wait, I forgot. Man, they have Mingo now. No, they do have a true number 2. I forgot.
And just got confirmation Amari Cooper not playing today, so you don't have to worry about him.
Oh, there you go.
Got
him. Not surprising. Yeah, Ferguson's fine, but not a must start. What about Ingram? Julio wants to know if he's startable today. Startable.
Yeah.
Startable. Mark Andrews or Ingram rest of season.
Yeah, this is going to be, if they shut down, like if Trevor Lawrence really does have surgery and his season's over, I think I might actually lean Andrews rest of the season.
I think so. That seems like where it's headed. Yeah, I think the Jaguars are headed towards a very high draft pick, and I would go Andrews. Mike Hoffman wants to know, would you trade Mason for Ray Davis?
Nah, I'd rather have. I mean, they're both high-end handcuffs here, but look, CMC, we can't act like it's. I shouldn't say it's funny, but like I think it's kind of, I don't know the right, like it's funny, not like ha 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 funny. It's funny like, I don't know,
ironic.
I guess how people's like minds work. I remember when Christian McCaffrey, like in week 2, week 3, people were like, "Oh, his career's over. He's not coming back, guys." Like, what do you know? You're crazy. He's never coming back. And now it's like, do we even need Jordan Mason? It's like now that he's back, it's like, do we even need Jordan? Like all that risk that people thought a few weeks ago, it's like gone now. It's like there's no risk now. I still think between CMC, my whole point of that, whatever rambling, is that if I'm going to say who's riskier, CMC or James Cook, it's CMC, the guy who had Achilles tendonitis all year. So if I'm going to keep a handcuff, I'm going to keep his handcuff. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. There's still more upside. And yeah, I think everyone's forgotten the first few weeks of the season. Jordan Mason was one of the best running backs in fantasy. He was
He's still one of the leading rushers in the NFL.
Right. So no, keep Mason. Domingo Salazar, Josh Downs, or Noah Brown.
Okay. Gonna go Downs here with no Pittman. Noah Brown's fine, like an emergency start, but go down.
Downs is now clearly, I think he basically was already the number one receiver in this offense based on target share. And now Pittman's gone. He's by far the number one target in this offense. Noah Brown is definitely not going to be the number one target because he's behind Terry McLaurin. So you got to go with Downs. All right, Deshaun Davis, welcome back. Hates having Dolphin players on your team. I get it. This year, it's not been too fun. Ended up getting Tyreek on a good deal and now looking to get rid of Tyreek.
Well, if I'm going to trade away Tyreek, I still need somebody really good. Like, I need to feel really good about them. Like, I'm not going to trade Tyreek, to go get like Marvin Harrison or somebody, or Jaden Reed or George Pickens, somebody like that who's just as frustrating. Like, if I could trade Tyreek and get Breece Hall, okay, sure. If I can trade Tyreek and get there's still a buy low window on Nico, I don't know. Like, if I can trade Tyreek and get Garrett Wilson, sure, I'll do that. But I'm not just trading them just out of the frustration. And everybody can calm down on Tyron Tracy. He just had a 32-yard touchdown. He now has almost as many yards as Chuba Hubbard. There's 4 quarters in football, guys. Although you may still want to panic on Malik Neighbors. We'll see.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a different story. It's funny because I didn't bring it up, but somebody, or like this was like a half hour ago from when they actually chatted, made the comment. So it must have been after the first quarter, not even halftime. Or like, I started Tyron Tracy instead of Chase Brown because of you guys. And like, yeah, okay.
Because of you guys. I love that one because you know what the sad thing is? They're probably never going to come back. They probably dropped in just to drop that comment, and then probably will never watch our videos again.
Yeah, you only got 84 yards and a touchdown after 2.5 quarters from Tracy. So.
Although I will say if there is a frustrating thing for Tracy as somebody who has him in probably the league I actually care about the most, which is a free league, which is ironic. Like, why do I care about my free league the most? It is frustrating that he's not catching passes like he was earlier.
But yeah. This is true. All right. So yeah, look, if it's really going to be that aggravating and weighing on you that much to have Tyreek Hill and Dolphins players on your team, okay, fine, you can trade them, but don't sell low because that's not going to wind up helping you. So.
Yeah, that was just a great run. I'm watching here. A great cutback. That wasn't even blocked well. He just saw the cutback lane and turned on the Jets.
Look, I'll say Chase Brown only had 42 rushing yards on Thursday night. He did have 52 receiving yards, but we're talking 94 total yards. And right now, Tyron Tracy has 84 yards, and it's only halfway through the third quarter. Now, Chase Brown did catch 9 passes, which is what's going to make him a stud going forward, and that's insane.
Exactly.
But if Tracy just does something else, he'll probably be about the same as Chase Brown.
Right.
All right. And Brown, 35, wants to know DJ Moore or Bucky Irving in half.
I got to go DJ Moore here. Bucky Irving, man, I mean, Bucky Irving, you're just praying for a touchdown, right? It's not a great spot for them this week against the 49ers. I mean, seven carries last week. I'll just take whatever little piddly amount DJ Moore gives me.
Yeah, I will say once Mike Evans does come back, which we really hope is next week, this Bucs offense is going to be in a much better position. Bucky Irving will be, hey, he might be a nice buy low right now. It's just the game script is probably not going to be in his favor today. I don't want to start him if I don't have to. Juan Carlos Arredondo Melendez needs one between Aaron Jones or J.K. Dobbins, coming from Tijuana. All right.
I know Aaron Jones hasn't been great for fantasy, but he gets the Jaguars. 21 carries, 4 catches last week. Like a big, there's going to be a week where he has a monster game. I feel like this might be it. I'm going Aaron Jones.
Yep. He was my first pick on the Booms video, so I'm keeping the faith in Aaron Jones here. It's the Jaguars. Game script should definitely favor him. Dobbins is a very solid start, of course, but I think it's there for Aaron Jones. So go with the upside. Always go with the player who has more upside. Chris Moore needs one running back, one flex between Connor, Najee, Dell, Ladd, or Waddle. Well, this is a tough one.
Going Connor at running back, and I'm going Dell at flex. It's full PPR. I'm going Connor and Dell. I think even with Nico back, Dell should have a nice game.
Yeah, and it's funny because you think if Nico plays, if Tyreek plays, it affects both these guys, right? Dell and Waddle. So I might like to say, well, what if Nico does play and Tyreek doesn't? Does that push Waddle over the edge over Dell for me? I'm not even sure if it does. I mean, even if Tyreek doesn't play, is Waddle going to get like 10 plus targets? He's
never
really used that way. You know what I mean? He's just not in this system, not that kind of guy. So I think probably just better off going with Dell. Because we're not going to know about Tyreek anyways, but I do think Tyreek's probably going to play. And then I like Connor over Najee as well. Marcus is in the house. What's up, Marcus? Wants to know if he should play Devontae Adams or hold out for those two guys.
I'm holding out. I'm holding out for them. I mean, I don't know. If you want to go Adams over Tyreek, I guess that's okay. But man, especially in your league.
Yeah. Need that big game. And I like Adams, but I think in your situation, Marcus, I think I'm going to just assume that Nico plays. I would say go Nico. All right, Dante Maialetti, Nico or Shakir?
I mean, I like Shakir, but man, I would really feel terrible if I bench Shakir or bench Nico for Shakir. If Shakir goes for whatever, let's say he goes 6 catches, 60 yards, but no touchdown or something like that, and Nico just goes crazy. So I think I'm going to risk Nico here.
And not knowing, and you didn't say because maybe there's not a situation. Again, if you are down big because you got chased on Thursday, or if you're up big, if you just need to play it safe and get your points, take Shakir. He'll get you some points. But otherwise, you can probably just go Nico. Let's say it's 0-0 in your matchup. Go Nico. By the way, this is funny. So Derek Wells Spiegel, we'll say it again, said that his son, they're at the dog park, and that his son was amazed that he heard his name. So
nice.
That's funny. So Derek Wells Spiegel. Good luck this week. Hope you get the win. SGT stacking. Thinking of trading Lamb and Mixon for Ra, the Sun God, and Karen, who wants to see the manager. I'm assuming that's
I think if you can do this, you do this. You take this. You take Amon-Ra over Lamb, and you take Kyron over Mixon, and you run. You do this.
Yeah. This changed with the whole Dak Prescott thing. I think we had a question yesterday, right? Wasn't it basically Sun God for Lamb straight up? We said take Sun God.
Yeah.
And then Kyron Mixon. Yes, I know. I figured. Not Karen.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else we got. I really don't answer Jaguar questions. How about this? Hunt outdoors. Lamb or Devontae, assuming that's Tay Adams. Already busted on Zay.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think I can sit Lamb for Adams. I'm not there yet. I'm still going Lamb this week.
Yeah, I know Zay was kind of a bust, but I don't feel like, okay, if your opponent has somebody who got 40 points, okay, you're down, right? You're down big. But I feel just because one of my players only got me like 5 points, it doesn't mean like that's it. I'm climbing
Right.
this steep hill, right? I don't look at it that way. But I will say if you feel like you need upside or whatever, I like Devontae this week. I might go Devontae. It's close here. This is close. Ben Peterson. Etienne or Jalen Warren?
I might just go Jalen Warren here. Whatever.
Whatever is the appropriate response. It's like I always said, I'd rather avoid Jags if I can, so I'll do Jalen Warren. Ooh, okay, well, let's see. Let's catch up. Make sure we get our super chats in first. But did you die? BTJ, Waddle, Jawan Jennings, pick two.
Wow, Jennings and Waddle. Just gonna bench BTJ.
Yep, can pretty easily say not the Jag here, but yeah, Waddle and Jennings are both in good spots. All right, let's see. We got Joe Smith. Gonna go CMC over Kyron or Gibbs?
I don't think I'm going to go him over Kyron. Gibbs is interesting because the Texans do have a tough run defense. And what's weird is like Gibbs hasn't been catching a ton of passes. I might go CMC over Gibbs.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Kyron should be in a good spot this week against that Dolphins run defense, but I feel like I want to get CMC in my lineup. So let's do CMC and Kyron. And then Lamb over Hopkins or Hill.
Yeah. I might wait for Hill.
I would definitely go Lamb over Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Tyreek is so aggravating. Yeah, just wait for Hill. Just wait for Hill. Jason Burris, Hill or Harrison?
I'm just going to wait for Hill here. I'm not feeling a big Harrison game.
Yeah, this one I'll definitely say Hill. Not feeling Harrison at all. If I can say no to Lamb, then I can say no to Harrison. Jim D. Odunze over Worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Surtain is going to shadow D-Hop necessarily because they have been running D-Hop in the slot. Not a ton, but a little bit, with Juju out, they have been moving him to the slot. So I don't think he's going to shadow D-Hop.
Well, even if he does or doesn't, I don't think it matters. Worthy's not done anything with just period. Worthy hasn't done anything. So it's a Dunze. Steven Cotto needs help. Stafford Downs, Flowers, HN, Swift, Ingram, Tracy. Thinking of starting CMC over Swift. Yeah.
Definitely.
Need to drop someone. Ooh, either Jennings or Tillman.
Oh, man. I mean, I guess if I have to drop one, I'm dropping Tillman because he's on bye. There's no one else you can drop?
I guess. I mean, look, Steven, I don't know if you have a backup quarterback. Maybe you don't need, because if he's lower on the rankings than Stafford, you probably don't need to hold him.
Yeah.
Or backup.
If you have a backup quarterback, unless you have like Who's on bye this week that's any good? Anybody?
No, not a quarterback. No. Jordan Love, maybe.
Yeah, maybe if Jordan Love, you can't drop him, but
All right. Yeah, I guess if you have to drop either one of those, it would be Tillman. Hopefully, you can get him back next week. Let's help Mason Mutt. Purdy or Darnold?
Purdy this week. This is a smash spot for Purdy against that Bucs secondary. He got most of his weapons back. Purdy.
Yeah, I mean both in terrific matchups, but I think you got to go Purdy. And then, well, at the flex, Mari's not an option, so QJ or Bucky Irving.
I mean, I might just gamble on QJ. Hope for that big play. I guess Bucky Irving has a floor if you just want like a very low floor.
I never want a very low floor. I'm going to go Quentin Johnson. All right.
Wow,
so
Bryce Young
in the comments from a little while ago, Boomer said it best. You're feeling like there's some ageism going on here, that you're hating on Joe Flacco. And someone else said, we just forget everything he's done all season, like because he had one bad game.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's been more than one.
Joe Flacco this year has 168 passing yards, 189 passing yards, 179 passing yards, and 359 passing yards. Are we sure he's only had one bad game?
I think it's more than one.
And the Colts' two worst offensive performances this year both came with Joe Flacco as a QB. I think the real mindset problem here is we're thinking about Joe Flacco last year on the Browns and not Joe Flacco this year on the Colts. Now that being said, he could still come through today, but this is not. I mean, man, this is the Bills. This is not a good spot, but you never know.
Yes, this is the Bills have a very tough pass defense, so we'll see. Look, Downs definitely still has fantasy value.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of in on Downs again this week because Pittman's out. They got to throw to somebody, I guess. All right, Chuba touchdown. He's having a big game for sure. You got Chuba.
Monster game, 138 yards. Man. Maybe the Panthers did a smart thing in signing him. No, it still wasn't smart. And of course, Boomer telling it like it is. Non-zero chance the Giants went to the Hofbräu house and enjoyed a little too much Hefeweizen.
Daniel Jones might play better hungover.
Yeah, maybe. We should find out. All right. You said you were in on Mason Tipton. Eric wants to know if
I'm not that
Tipton or Ladd.
I'm not that in on Mason Tipton. I'm going Ladd.
All right. Yeah, I agree. No award. CMC or Stevenson?
Definitely CMC.
And then you're saying Brian Thomas or Jeter Downs.
Is that like if Derek Jeter and Josh Downs had a baby? Jeter Downs? What is that?
You know what? There's actually a baseball player named Jeter Downs. He's like a shortstop for.
Of course, there is. One thing I learned about. I learned a lot of things about baseball, fantasy baseball this year, but I got some weird names. I thought football had some weird names. Baseball's got some weird names too, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I actually think Jeter Downs was named for Derek Jeter. I think he came up as a Yankees prospect, and now I think he got moved to the Red Sox. I don't know. Anyways,
I'm going Jeter Downs here.
Okay. Yes, I'm going Downs. Ingram or Hawkinson? We're saying Ingram.
Yep.
Jules Henley, Kyler, Nix, or Russ?
I'm just gonna go Kyler here. He's got the rushing upside. Not feeling a big Nix or Russ week.
No, definitely not starting Nix in any format. Russ, no thanks. Go Kyler. Anthony wants to know, would you start Jonnu Smith over Jake Ferguson?
I don't think so. Like, Jonnu Smith is just a floor play, really. I think Ferguson can at least get you a floor.
Yeah, Ferguson is still startable. Spencer Goldberg needs 2. Dell Mooney Downs, Thomas Jr.
Oh man, I think I'm going Dell and Mooney. Even with London back, I mean, it's still the Saints. It's the Saints. Dell and Mooney.
Yeah, still definitely not Mooney. And I think even if Nico's back, Dell is in a good spot. Let's go the first 2. Rough times. Having Nico, yeah, kind of rough times for now. Needs 3 in half PPR between Nico, Cup, Pickens, and CD.
Not Pickens. I'm still putting CD in over Pickens.
Yeah, you can go Nico for sure. Cup and CD. And it needs 2 in League 2. AJ, Devontae, Nico.
I think I'm going AJ Brown and Nico. It's tempting to just put Smith in and not risk it with Nico, but then you're all in on the Eagles. Let's just go AJ Brown and Nico.
Yeah, go AJ and Nico, and then 1 running back between Najee and Pollard.
I'm going to go Najee. I do like Pollard, but it is a tough matchup for Pollard. And Tyjae Spears is back, so maybe, take some touches from him. I'm going to go Najee.
Yeah, most weeks I would prefer Pollard, but it is a tough spot for him, and then it's a decent spot for Najee. I know that Washington defense has been pretty good, but they're definitely not as good against the run. So, yeah, go Najee. All right, let's do Cesar V. Devontae Smith or Juwan Jennings. Man, wow, look, I'll say this. I had Jennings as a boom. I got to be in on Jennings this week against that Tampa defense. I was going to put Devontae Smith also against the Cowboys. The reason I didn't is because he popped up with that hamstring injury midweek, and then it's cleared and he's fine. I know everybody's back. A.J. Brown is going to play. Dallas Goedert's going to play. So there's boom bust here, but we can't pretend that Juwan Jennings is like a slam dunk for sure. They got CMC back. Kittle is healthy. Debo is healthy. So I think I'm going to have to go Devontae Smith here. I definitely like Jennings, but I'll go Smith over him. And then Deshaun Davis just traded Nico and Chubb for Henry. Chubb is just a throw on whatever. Nico for Henry. I can't say I hate it. Getting Derrick Henry, a guy who is basically scoring every single week. A guy I said was going to be a league winner this summer. I can't say I hate it. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, forget Chubb, right? Nico for Henry.
Yeah, I think it's somewhat fair depending on team need. Because, we can't forget. I know it's easy to forget because he hasn't played in 4 weeks, but Nico is still 13th in receiving yards. He hasn't played 4 games. He hasn't played in 4 weeks. Like, Nico was a monster. So I think it's fair depending on team need. If you need running back help, take Henry. If you need wide receiver help, take Nico.
There you go. Fuiston. All right. If I don't wait for Nico, start Ladder Jennings.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for Nico. But if you don't want to wait for Nico, go Jennings.
Right. And do I start Monty or Dobbins?
Ooh, I might go Dobbins this week, honestly. Might go Dobbins over Monty.
Yeah, the Texans' run defense has been pretty good. Monty is always a solid start, but Dobbins has shown he still has that upside. Thought he might be ready to kind of crash and burn, but he was really good last week. Chargers against Titans. Titans are pretty much a run funnel. I think they're a top 5 run funnel defense.
Yep.
Yeah, go Dobbins here. All right, let's go to Metallic Fox. Needs 2. A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. This might be a situation where you don't need to wait for Nico.
Yeah, I probably just go A.J. Brown and Kupp and don't wait for Nico. Don't risk it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay. Let's see. Osich, Debo or Adams?
Debo. It's fantasy. You never know, of course. But man, Debo is in a spot to just absolutely go off this week.
Right. I mean, I like Adams this week, but I love Debo. Debo, you have to start Debo. You have Debo, you have to start. Fabio, Janos, do I start Debo? Yes, you start Debo. Absolutely. Yes. Champ. Calvin Ridley or Jameson Williams?
Yeah, give me Jameson Williams here. At least he has some upside.
Yes. Very interested to see what Calvin Ridley post D-Hop looks like with Will Levis now. Is he still going to force the ball?
It's not like we haven't seen this before.
Yeah, but without
I guess we haven't seen it without D-Hop, but I mean, come on.
Right.
Actually, wasn't D-Hop out to start the season?
That's true. He was. Yeah. All right. Let's do Manny Calderon. Definitely having a good day. Thanks. What about Mahomes, Russ, or Stafford?
I think here I'm going Mahomes. Stafford, tough matchup this week. Russ is okay, but I'm gonna go Mahomes here.
Yeah, I really don't want to start Russ if I absolutely don't have to. Stafford's okay, but give the edge to Mahomes. I know it's not a great matchup for Mahomes, but look, he does one thing that Stafford doesn't do is he'll scramble, he'll run, and get you some rushing yards, sometimes a touchdown. A Zerby. All right, got a DST question. Got the Lions against the Texans, got KC against Denver, or Atlanta against the Saints.
I think I just go KC against Denver, although I will say Atlanta against New Orleans is definitely tempting. But KC has the better defense.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go KC here. I feel like better upside in terms of potential sacks and turnovers because I know the Saints are horrible, but I think they're just going to give it to Alvin Kamara 50 times. Like, I don't think they're going to air it out or anything. I think just less opportunity for sacks and interceptions, etc. Although if Atlanta is just absolutely rolling, they might have no choice but to try to pass. But yeah. I don't know. I just like the better actual defense of Kansas City. And then we got Sticky, I believe. Got Stafford, AJB, Cup, Bijan, Achane, McBride, Flex Downs, Jennings, Rashad White, or risk it for Nico?
I risk it for Nico, but if you don't want to risk it, Jennings would be my choice number 2.
Yeah, I think Flex. Let's see, Downs, Jennings, White. So you're just picking one of those? If you're just picking one, yeah, I'd go Nico because he's like he says he's going up against Burrow. He needs some upside. Just go Nico. All right, and we got Aiden, Ryder, Tank, Dell, D Hop, or Jennings.
I'm still going Dell here. Still going Dell over Jennings. This is still a good matchup for him against this Lions secondary, and it's not like last year when it was just him and Nico. He did nothing. So give me Dell.
Yeah, D Hop is last on this list based on matchup. Again, you would swing for upside. You can go Jennings, but it's not a short thing. So Dell is probably the smarter choice here. If you're down big and you really need a big upside, you can go Jennings, but otherwise it's Dell. And then Brendan Herbert, or sorry, Haybear, not Herbert, Haybear. Tyreek, question mark. Thomas, Cooper, Mooney, Pickens.
I mean, the only one I'd even consider here is Mooney. But even that, with London, if London was out, maybe I would say like just go Mooney and don't risk it with Tyreek. But with London playing, I'll just go Tyreek.
Yeah, it's what you said. Mooney would be the only one. I do feel like Tyreek's going to play. I mean, take a swing on Tyreek. SGT stacking. He's saying he sent a second similar super chat. All right, let's go back and see what it was. Which, by the way, a good time to remind everybody before we do this. You still have time. If you haven't tried underdog, you still have time to get the free pick. CJ Stroud just getting a yard. You get this if you're signing up for the very first time for underdog. I know a lot of you are already have your pick set. If you haven't tried underdog yet, you should check it out now. You get this free pick. You also get up to $1,000 of bonus cash for your very first deposit. You do that by using code ENDGAME when you first sign up. Try underdog now. You get all your NFL picks in, and you can do it for other sports as well. You got NBA, NHL, college football, everything. It's all on there. Okay, I found SGT stacking. I guess I thought this was like the same question again, but here, let's do this.
I mean, it is, except you just added in Henry, but like he just said, instead of Lamb Mixon for Amon-Ra Kyron, it's Lamb and Henry. But either way, I take the Amon-Ra Kyron side because again, you just have to be a little bit lower on Lamb now, so you get the upgrade at wide receiver with Amon-Ra, and you don't really take a hit at running back with Kyron.
Yeah. Like Mixon more than Henry rest of the season. Okay. Both on buys week 14. Well, there you go. Even better reason. Yeah, so SGT, you could still do this trade. I mean, if you like Mixon better, then that's fine. Brandon Ahmed, start Devontae Smith or Terry McLaurin?
I think this is Terry. Terry for me is like pretty much set and forget. And as much as I like Devonta Smith with AJ Brown there, you know, he's always going to be 1B to AJ Brown's 1A. So as much as I like Smith, I'm going Terry.
Exactly. Smith could have a big game, not guaranteed. Always risky, right? There is that boom bust element. And then Terry McLaurin has been having big game after big game. He's clearly the number one receiver. So he's got to be Terry. And then Justin Ulloa. Should we start Matt Collins? I did mention Matt Collins the other day.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could do worse than Matt Collins. Amari Cooper out, Keon Coleman out. You could do worse.
Yeah. Should we start him? I don't know. That might be a strong verbiage, but it depends on who else you got there. He's not the worst flex. Bucky Dent, speaking of baseball shortstops. Tyreek, Dell, Devontae, or Ladd?
I'm just going Tyreek here.
It's tough because you do have some good options. I mean, Dell. Well, I guess I'll say this. If Nico, for some reason, doesn't play, maybe you could just go Dell because you'll know by tonight and you can wait on Tyreek. But otherwise, probably just wait on Tyreek. Eric Para, good morning. Eckler or D-Hop?
I'll go D-Hop in full PPR. It's not a great spot for Eckler against the Steelers. And again, they mix in Chris Rodriguez Jr., they mix in Jeremy McNichols. It's not like Eckler is a workhorse here. So I'll still go D-Hop in PPR.
Yeah, in PPR, you can go D-Hop. Jedi Cough, Lauderdale.
Dell. Not a great spot. Not a great spot for Ladd this week.
Yes, Dell. And then Nano's asking BTJ or Dell very many times. Just
Dell.
Go Dell. And then we have Luis. Have to pick one. Brian Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins, or Juwan Jennings?
Juwan Jennings here.
Yeah. Don't like the matchups for the first two. Go Jennings. Johnny Donuts, good morning. Did not have a donut, but I did have a bagel for breakfast. Chris can confirm that. So, well on my way. Needs two. Pickens, Mooney, Downs, Jennings, or BTJ. Leaning Jennings and Mooney.
That's how I'm leaning too.
Yep.
We're in agreement there.
There you go. And then we got... let's do this. Tom S. Dell or Keenan?
Dell.
Yep. Let's see. But did you die? A-Rod or Kyler in that matchup?
I might regret this, but I think I'm still going Kyler.
No, I don't ever regret not starting Aaron Rodgers, so I'll go Kyler. Ooh, interesting. Noah Dunlap, Shakir, or Pickens?
I'm going Shakir over Pickens. No Coleman, no Cooper. Good matchup. I'm going Shakir.
Yeah, I like Shakir this week. I'm going to go Shakir. And then Sammy A. Flex, Cook, Kincaid, or London?
London. I mean, if it's non-PPR, I might go James Cook, but that's it. That's the only way. London.
Right. Yeah. I guess if it is non-PPR, you can go Cook, but you got to start London against the Saints. Just got to. You already got Auden at tight end. That's fine. Go definitely Auden over Kincaid.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Let's see. Let's help RR District Auto Motors LLC. Brian Thomas Jr. Debo.
Debo. Definitely Debo.
Got to start Debo. No choice.
No
Michael
choice.
Pitharis. BTJ or Downs, or wait on Tyreek?
Well, if it's me, I'm waiting on Tyreek. But if you're really worried and you don't want to wait, then go Downs.
Yeah, Downs will get you something, but I think the ceiling isn't high enough for Downs. You can just wait on Tyreek. If you have to, you could always try to pivot to Demarcus Robinson last second. 95, what is up? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for being on here, as always. Full PPR, 2 receivers in the flex, Garrett Wilson, Cup, Puka, London, Connor, Hunt, BTJ. Some tough choices.
Right, man, this is so tough.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Wilson, London at wide receivers.
Which Ram?
Yeah, which Rams wide receiver?
I mean, last week excluded for obvious reasons. I feel like when they're both on the field, Puka has just been the number one guy,
Yeah, and Puka does have the better of the matchup this week, so I'm going to go Puka.
Yeah. So Puka, Wilson in London, and then in the other league, Stafford, Mahomes, Herbert.
Mahomes,
and then Dell or Jennings.
Dell, man. Said yes to Dell a lot, but I still going to go Dell over Jennings.
Yep. Dell, I think, has taken the lead over Nico and Tyreek for questions today.
Uh-oh. So Neighbors finally caught a pass again, but now he hit his head on the grass and he's holding his head. And this is a guy who already had a concussion earlier this year where he missed like 2 games.
Sure enough. Yep. They're stop and play. Why is it all the receivers?
Seriously, I've never seen a year like this where running backs just keep chugging along, no big deal, and wide receivers drop like flies. This has been a rough year for sure. Been a rough year.
It's bizarre. That's what it is. All right, Swerve plays Nico or D-Hop.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Nico here.
Yeah. Not feeling a big D-Hop week. Let's go Nico for sure. Half PPR. Is that? Oh, okay. Rest of season. I was like, hopefully already played Chuba. Dobbins or Chuba rest of season.
I think you got to go Chuba, right? He looks great. He just got paid.
Yeah.
Who's threatening him? Jonathan Brooks, who they don't even want to play. I mean, they might have to play him now because Miles Sanders might be out, but Chuba.
It's got to be Chuba right now. Sammy A, JD, or Stafford.
JD. I mean, why do we?
Jaden
Daniels. Jaden Daniels is in your lineup.
Yeah. And then flex QJ. Well, I mean, don't know who else you got.
Sure. I think QJ can be flexed, but he's very risky. But he can be flexed.
Yeah. Obbs McGee. Tank Dell, Hawkinson, Jameson Williams, or Quentin Johnston?
Tank Dell. Tank Dell.
This one's definitely Tank Dell. Ji-Fan Kim. Start Pearsall over Harrison.
No, Pearsall might barely play. We got CMC back. We got Juwan Jennings back. Yeah, we don't even know how much Pearsall is going to see the field this week. No.
Yeah, I'm down on Harrison this week, but I'm not that down. I got to go Harrison. All right. Can you be tempted to sit Jaden Daniels here? Probably not. Ultimate Gamer God, Brock Purdy or Jaden Daniels?
Okay, I will say, in fairness to Ultimate Gaming God or Gamer God, Ultimate Gamer God, I do really like Brock Purdy this week. So this isn't completely absurd. But I still can't sit Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I wouldn't sit Jaden Daniels either. It is an amazing matchup for Brock Purdy. He could definitely have his best game of the season, but it's not guaranteed. It's not a for sure thing. Jaden Daniels just always has that tremendous ceiling. So, let's see. Duck. All right, is Duck. Debo, Tank, Devontae Smith, BTJ. Which two?
I'm gonna go Debo and Devonta Smith.
Yeah, it's the first two. You gotta start Debo. And let's go Tank Dell. The CR, remember from Germany, not at the game. It's a lottery to get tickets. Wow, that's interesting.
Wow.
Unlike the home games for the Carolina Panthers, where you get a free ticket if you buy a pizza at the local store, they give them away.
Nice.
I'm assuming. I mean, at the stadium for every soccer game.
That's gonna be the Giants pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Glenn White, Cooper's out, so we got to go Noah Brown, Jalen McMillan. Well, McMillan is a game time decision. Just don't even risk it.
Yeah, let's go Noah Brown.
No, I wouldn't play him anyways.
All right, Giants 1st and 10 at the Carolina 10. Can they do anything here?
Well,
Neighbors being evaluated for a concussion, so it unfortunately will not be Neighbors. Let's just get Tracy a second touchdown. At least he can boom.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping for.
Who else on the Giants do we want to see score?
Theo Johnson.
Come on.
Because I said yes to the one person who asked Theo Johnson or Cole Kmet. I was like, start Theo Johnson. Rohan, interesting trade question. DK for Aaron Jones.
I think if this comes down to team need here. I mean, like in a vacuum, I probably prefer DK Metcalf, but if you need running back help, I think Aaron Jones is fine. Tracy tackled at the 2, 8-yard run down to the 2. Give him to him again.
They might as well. They really trust Daniel Jones to throw it at the goal line?
Probably not. They shouldn't.
Alan Davis, Bo Nix or CJ Stroud? It is not Bo
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an ugly game for Bo Nix. Juicy Boosie. Would you sit Connor for Downs or Pickens?
No, I would not.
Nope. And then Sean Luke. What's up, Sean? In a 14-man league. All right. Cooper out. 1 bench spot open. Everyone's on bye. Who can I pick up as a spot start? Ooh. Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Is it a super flex league?
I mean, if it's super flex, yeah, I'll just go Mac Jones. Oh my gosh. And no, we get a Daniel Jones sneak just to like ruin the fun for everybody. A Daniel Jones sneak. Get out of here with this nonsense.
See, this is exactly how I felt with Trevor Lawrence taking it himself twice at the goal line just to steal, just to be like that. Yeah.
You know what's really annoying? Because now Daniel Jones is going to have like a halfway decent fantasy game. So now people are going to ask us about Daniel Jones again next week.
Don't do it. Yeah, so Sean, unless we're wrong here, if you're considering Mac Jones as a spot starter, I'm assuming it's got to be super flex. If so, go with the quarterback. Yeah, I wouldn't even take a chance on any of those other guys anyways. Okay. Let's see.
Well, we got a game. It's 17-14. We got a game.
Well,
I don't know how, but we have a game.
At least for the sake of the people who made it to the game over there. At least it's close. Brandon Rodriguez. Harrison or Odunze?
Still going Harrison here over Odunze.
Yeah, I'm tempted, but who knows what you're getting with Odunze. Let's see. Interesting. Blake Beachy. Shakir or James Cook?
Ooh. I'm still going James Cook here. I like Shakir this week, but again, you don't want to go too. I don't want to go too crazy with these like fringy guys. James Cook has been very solid. Gets the Colts this week. I'm going James Cook.
Yeah, this is PPR makes it tough, but I think you just got to go with Cook still. I mean, I do like Shakir, but Cook is just always a solid play. Cavs fan wants to know if it's worth risking for Tyreek if you got Harrison or Devontae Smith.
I'm not Harrison, but maybe Smith over Tyreek if you don't want to risk it. Smith should have a good game.
Yeah, I'm fine with going with Smith. Isaiah Parnell. Now, what about Terry McLaurin or Tyreek Hill? Just go Terry.
Yeah, here I'll just go Terry.
Yeah, Terry's very solid. But George wants to know McLaurin or Debo.
Oh, here we go. Man, I think you gotta go Debo this week.
Yeah. Gotta play Debo. It's Tampa Bay. I mean, come on. Gotta go Debo. And Anthony's saying that Neighbors is coming back in.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he came back in, but then they took him out so Daniel Jones could run for the touchdown.
It's just a decoy. PC.
But at least if he came back in, that means he cleared concussion, so that's good.
Right, exactly. If he came in at all, that's good. Demario Douglas or Quentin Johnston?
If you want some points, go Demario Douglas, but I'll just risk QJ upside because what are some points for Demario Douglas? 8, 10. I'll gamble on QJ's upside.
Right. There's just not a high enough ceiling for Douglas, so might as well roll the dice with QJ. Bobby Brook, what's up? All right, still asking about that RB2 spot. I think yesterday we said Algier.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't remember this one, actually. I don't think we had this one because I don't remember any Javonte questions, really, but I probably do go Algier here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with Algier going against the Saints. Could get some garbage time run. Hockey Nation needs 2 between, I guess, Kyron Williams, Mixon, and Gibbs.
Kyron and Mixon.
Yeah, tough to say Gibbs.
Those guys.
Yeah, Kyron should smash. Mixon is Mixon. So, and then 2 receivers. Okay, Debo, McLaurin, Mooney, or Collins. You got to start Debo.
I think in this case, I just go Debo and Terry and don't risk it with Nico.
Yeah. Again, you have good enough options. Go Debo, McLaurin, and then flex J.K. Dobbins or DJ Moore.
Dobbins. I'm flexing Dobbins.
Yes. Naib, yes, we have answered it. Should I start CMC? I mean, it depends who else you got, but generally, yes. Joe needs to sit either Addison, Noah Brown, Mason, or Nico.
I think you got to sit Mason here. He's behind CMC now.
Yeah, with this group, you definitely want to take a chance on Nico playing. It's a 14-teamer. Just sit Mason. Ooh, Anthony 999, K. Dot and Dallas Goedert.
Gotta be Otten. Can't bench Otten right now. Very hard to bench Otten.
Yeah. Just keep rolling Otten out there. Steven Quintanilla, Mooney or Downs?
Mooney gets the Saints. Even with London playing, I'm going Mooney.
Yeah. Yeah, even with London out there, it doesn't matter. Mooney's still been solid. I mean, London's played every game this year, basically. Mooney's still feasting. Go Mooney.
Chuba Hubbard. Well, he's up. He got hurt, but they said he's up and walking off.
Tracy almost up to 100 yards on the ground. No, he didn't get that touchdown.
Still 8 minutes, and now it's a close game. They're probably going to get the ball back at least once, so still a chance for him to.
Cody, this time, Kirk Cousins over Murray Stroud.
Yeah, definitely. Against the Saints, definitely.
Yeah, definitely go Kirk. Stephen Cotto. Okay, so what about this lineup? Got Devontae Smith and Jennings on the bench.
Well, you Downs. I'm putting Smith in over Downs. Yeah, I'll go Smith over Downs.
Yeah, and it looks. Yeah, if you're already playing Tracy and you got those two running backs, you're good. Yeah, you can sit Downs for either Smith or Jennings. Go Smith.
Oh. So apparently not only did Chuba get hurt, but he fumbled. So now Giants have the ball. First and 10 at the Panthers 11. So he got hurt and he
pulled this out?
Somehow. They're the bizarro Bengals. They somehow turn losses into victory. You every week you look and you're like, Giants haven't won yet, right? And you're like, wait, 3 wins? Every week you're like, Bengals haven't lost yet, right? Wait, what? 6 losses? What?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'll say this because we're really not that far behind on chats. I'm not sure how to feel about the Panthers, if I should root for them or not, because so on the one hand, I'll say this, I was there right there in Charlotte. My daughter was there in college. And my best friend used to live there. Well, he doesn't live there anymore. He moved. And then my daughter's not there anymore. She went to a different college. So my connections in North Carolina and Charlotte is no longer there, Carolina Panthers. And it's like, I feel bad for them. Like, I feel bad for everybody except for the owner. It's the owner, right? He's one of these types. And kind of like the next Dan Snyder. Like, he just wants to ruin everything. So it's like, I don't really want to root for them, but I feel bad. Like, I feel bad for Bryce Young, and I feel bad for the players, and I feel bad for the fans. So it's like, I kind of want to root for them. But do I really want to root for them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just kind of like, I'm just kind of indifferent about the Panthers. I don't root against them. I don't really root for them. They're just kind of there.
They're there. But I definitely don't want to root for the Giants. So I can definitely root for the Panthers in this game. All right, let's keep going here. We do have some more chats. Augustin Olvera, Harrison Mooney, or probably BTJ.
Yeah, I'm going Mooney here. Going Mooney.
Yeah, can definitely go Mooney with this group. Don't feel good about the others. I guess I have to say it. Not sure how else. What about D's nuts? Yes.
Oh my gosh! And now Daniel Jones just threw an interception.
Did he really?
Yes. Oh, they were in field goal range. You know what's funny? I was thinking in my head, I was like, and not just because I want Tracy to have a big game, of course, but I was thinking in my head, I'm like, man, if I'm the Giants here, I know it's like 3rd and 7, but I'm just gonna run like a draw. I'm just gonna run like a draw play to Tyrone Tracy. There's a chance Tyrone Tracy can turn a draw play into a touchdown.
Yeah.
And if not, you just kick the field goal. But no, Anthony's saying it was Tracy's fault. I'll see the replay here.
What?
I'm not sure how it could be
Tracy's fault.
Did Tracy did Tracy throw it up in the air? No. Okay, according to the Jets beat writer, he's saying Daniel Jones, oh my God, throws behind Tracy short of the sticks off his hands and picked off at the 15. So it was about the pass was behind him.
This is his second interception. Oh boy.
I mean, everybody I'm seeing on Twitter is railing on Daniel Jones.
Look, he's the quarterback. How long was that pass?
Well, it was, but not only that, it's 3rd and 6, and you throw it to the running back out of the backfield short of the sticks. Like, again, just run a draw play to Tracy. Tracy can score. Okay, here we go. I'm watching it. I mean, okay. Like, okay. Could Tracy have caught that? Maybe. I mean, the dude was on him, but I mean, even if Tracy catches that, he's getting tackled instantly.
Yeah, I think the play calling is questionable here.
Yeah. And that's not an easy catch. This is a running back. This isn't like he's not throwing to Malik Neighbors. He's throwing to a running back.
Right. Well, let's see. So let's get back to these nuts. Rico Dowdle, Ricky Pearsall, Quentin Johnson, or Travis Etienne?
I'll just go Rico Dowdle here. He should get the touches.
Yes. Going Rico Dowdle for sure. And Fernando Etienne or Dowdle?
Dowdle.
All right, Tiffany Fuller. Welcome back, Tiffany. Half PPR. Needs 2 receivers. Waddle, Odunze, D-Rob, or Nico?
Nico. Look, worst case, the nice thing for you here, Tiffany, is if Nico doesn't play, you can just pivot to Waddle. Well, the Giants are like a cockroach. They force a 3 and out, and they already have the ball back with 4:29 to go.
That's a very appropriate analogy.
You just won't go away. Like, you can't get rid of the Giants. Just can't get rid of the Giants.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm seeing here it says Chuba Hubbard has returned to the game, so nothing serious.
All right, well, that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think he actually got a carry on that drive too. So
okay,
right,
so
Tracy over 100 yards now.
Tiffany needs 2 wide receivers. So Nico, we can wait on. I think Waddle is the other. If for some reason Nico doesn't play at last second, you can always pivot to D-Rob. So that's a good thing. So just keep Nico.
You can pivot to Waddle. You can pivot to Waddle if Nico doesn't play. You just go to Waddle.
We need 2. Aren't you starting?
Oh, we need 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, you can pivot to D-Rob at the worst case.
JPC 1, 2, 3. Have Hill. Should I drop Hunter Henry for OBJ? I guess as a last second pivot.
I mean, I'm okay dropping Hunter Henry. I guess it's fine if you don't need. I'm guessing Hunter Henry isn't your tight end 1, so sure if you want to.
I mean, if he's a backup tight end, then sure, you could do that.
Sure.
Jim K. Cup or Jennings at the flex? Yes.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice flex, but you got to go Cup still.
Yes, you definitely start Cup. Like Jennings, but you can't say Cup. Dirt Gumby. Risk Hill on Monday Night Football. Well, if those are your choices, then yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Etienne, Pierce, Ray Davis. No. Yeah, Risk Hill. Okay. Alejandro Castillo, Brian. What?
Bijan, I think Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
Guessing Brian.
Yeah.
Mooney. Going Mooney here.
I saw Bijan. I was like, okay. If it's Brian Thomas or Mooney, it's Mooney. Strategy: Shakir or Mooney? Down big.
This is where it actually gets close. I might go Shakir over Mooney. It's a great matchup for Shakir. Cooper out, Coleman out. I'm going to go Shakir over London playing. I'm going to go Shakir over Mooney.
Yeah, and you need that big upside, obviously. So go for Shakir. Harrison, Joe Mixon or JT?
Oh, definitely Mixon for me. Not feeling I think JT will be fine. It's a good matchup, but I'm definitely worried about JT with Flacco. Just give me Mixon.
Yeah. Ginyu Force. If no call for Collins to play by 4, play Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if you're getting nervous about Nico, go for it.
Yeah, Devontae Smith is good enough of a play that you can just roll him out there and not worry about Nico. I mean, I think Nico's going to play, but of course, I can't guarantee that. So, you want to play it safe, you can go Smith. That's a pretty good player. Ryan needs 3: Dobbins, Pickens, Shakir, Downs. So sit 1, I guess.
I'm playing Dobbins. I'm playing Shakir. I think I'm going Downs over Pickens this week. That one's close. That one's tough.
Yeah, look, do you want the boom bust ability of Pickens, or you want definitely will get you some points, but not necessarily the highest ceiling of Downs. So safer play is Downs. You could shoot for the upside with Pickens. Not feeling a big Pickens game in this matchup, though.
All right, Giants went 3 and out, so now they're punting away.
Oh, man. Let's do Noah Kirsch. Dobbins or Shakir?
If it's full PPR, I'll go Shakir. If it's half or none, I'll go Dobbins.
That's fair enough. Hard danger. Yeah, not playing Daniel Jones is usually a good call.
Yeah, usually a good call. He did sneak in a touchdown though, so there is that.
Well, I guess so. Michael, dude, what's up? 12-person PPR league sit. CMC, Swift, Dobbins, Aaron Jones.
I think here I'm going to sit Dobbins. I like CMC, Swift, and Aaron Jones a lot this week, so sit Dobbins out of these guys.
Yeah, you definitely want to play CMC. I love Aaron Jones this week. Swift, like I'll say this is another situation where Swift didn't go off last week, but this week he might because it gets that Patriots run defense. So I guess you got to sit when it's Dobbins. Foxborough News. Mike Williams or Marvin Harrison?
Marvin Harrison. We don't even know how many snaps Mike Williams. He just got to his team this week. Like he's probably gonna be very limited.
Yeah,
Harrison.
Mike Williams is just a stash. Really can't play him this week. I might go Matt Collins over Mike Williams if I had to do a desperation flex.
For real.
Well, who RJ? Harrison or McConkey?
This is close because this is not a good matchup for Harrison this week, but it's also not a good matchup for Ladd.
Yeah, I don't feel a big Ladd game, but yeah, I think I would go Ladd over we go McConkey over Harrison this week. Yeah, I'm worried about Harrison.
It's close. I guess just go Ladd. All right. Panthers just picked up a first down. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Oh, yeah, they did. They picked up a first down.
Dude, Chuba, almost 150 yards just on the ground.
Yep. Big Chuba game.
All right. Cupcake. Juwan Jennings or Cortland Sutton?
Definitely Jennings. I know Sutton's been great, but this is a tough matchup against this Chiefs secondary.
Yeah. Yeah, not feeling Sutton this week. Definitely go the upside of Jennings. John M. needs a receiver between CD, Tank Dell, or Juwan Jennings, which is surprisingly a difficult decision.
Yeah, I'm still going CD. I can't put these guys in over CD yet.
If, not that you'll find out, but if I knew Nico wasn't playing, I would go Tank Dell. But I think Nico's going to play. Yeah, Jennings. I know it's tempting to go Jennings, but you probably should just go CD here. Unless you're down big. Bobby Brook, rest of season, rank these running backs. Ford. Okay. Jerome Ford, Cam Akers, Ray Davis, Jordan Mason, Jalen Wright, Rashawn Johnson.
Oh, I mean, how are we going to rank these guys?
Or, well, I guess we don't have to rank them. You just say, okay, pick who you're most interested in or who you're not at all interested in.
The two I'm most interested in are Mason and Davis, because I think they're the highest end handcuffs here. Yeah, I mean they're all just handcuffs. So
yeah, and I'll just say I don't think Ford has really any value anymore. With Chubb there, it's still not even a good running offense. Just period. Rashawn Johnson is purely a vulture, goal line vulture, and Akers is purely a handcuff. Jalen Wright might be interesting if Mostert or HN get hurt, but I think Davis is the guy you want the most, followed by Mason. Sir Capelot, Hill, or play Addison?
I would just want to risk Hill here. I mean, worst case, you could pivot to OBJ, I guess.
Yeah, Addison isn't a good matchup, but again, how many targets is he getting? He's fine, but you might as well take a shot on Hill. Keon Johnson needs a receiver. Pickens, Waddle, Jennings. It's standard.
I'm going Jennings in standard. I think he has the most touchdown upside and just the most upside. All right, it looks like the Giants are going to force another punt. You just can't get rid of the Giants. Use all the insect spray in the world. They just keep coming somehow.
How many punts have there been in the fourth quarter alone?
I think the Panthers have punted 3 times in the last 3 minutes.
That's impressive. Yeah, this is close, Keon. I think this week I'm going to say Pickens is my third choice because I don't feel great about the matchup. Waddle is definitely interesting, but I think just take the smash spot with Jennings. Scott, IMFG, Taysom or Waddle in the flex?
Waddle. In PPR, give me Waddle.
Yeah, definitely go Waddle here. Taysom is an interesting streamer at tight end, but you can definitely go Waddle here. And Christina Mingles, half PPR, flex, Jennings, Mostert, Hawkinson.
Definitely Jennings for me.
I agree. Nico in the other flex right now, or Keenan Allen. No, I think just go Nico.
Neighbors with a catch, 4 yards. Woo!
Well, total bust.
Pretty close.
I mean, pretty close.
I mean, look, they have this drive here. Maybe he gets like a garbage. I shouldn't say garbage because they're going for the win. Maybe he gets like the game-winning touchdown or something.
Hey, it's still in play. Wait, what's the score? They just need a field goal. We could get overtime. Who knows?
Could get overtime. Why not? Why not get this game overtime?
Yeah, I mean, it's what we need more Giants Panthers.
Yeah.
Let's do Rahul Newman, Etienne, or Ray Davis.
I'll just gamble on Ray Davis here.
Agree. What do you think of Boomer? Too far?
Yeah. I mean, even like he's got 126 yards and a touchdown. I don't know if that quite screams league winner.
I mean, look, he has been much better, and he's not turning the ball over. He's got his team in position to potentially win back-to-back games, believe it or not. But yeah, fantasy, he's still got a lot of work to do. And honestly, it's you got to give him some credit based on the fact that his top receiver is Jalen Coker, a guy who's undrafted, a rookie. His number 2 receiver is also a rookie and not a first round, type of value, Xavier Legette. I mean, I thought Legette was drafted too high, to be honest. He's been good. Like, give him some credit. Legette has looked pretty solid, but again, very borderline as a first round pick. So give him credit. Give him credit. I'm rooting for Bryce Young. I'll tell you that. All right. What about Luke Steins? Flexing James Conner or Josh Downs? I think you got to still go with Conner here. Conner has just been so solid. Downs is fine. Downs will get you points, but I know Connor will get you points for sure too. And I'm just gonna keep Connor in there. I think, even if it's PPR. I was almost gonna ask, but I think just roll with Connor. All right, let's see who's next. Let's do Cali Kid.
All right.
Got chased. Needs a flex. Harrison Irving, Mostert, Thomas, QJ McMillan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go Harrison here. None of these guys do it for me.
Yeah, exactly. Just go Harrison. Don't love it, but don't love the others. And then Stafford or Darnold.
I'm going Darnold this week against the Jags.
Yeah, definitely going Darnold. I like him. Conscious Dab. Pray for Tyreek or play Sutton.
I'll just pray for Tyreek. This is not a good spot for Sutton against the Chiefs.
Right. If you have somebody you feel good about, I don't feel good about Sutton. So just hope for Tyreek. Josh Nelson needs a flex. Monty or Jennings?
Does it say scoring? PPR? I'm going Jennings.
Yeah, it is PPR. So go Jennings. Take that upside. Tua or Daniels?
Come on, Daniels.
It's definitely Daniels. Maru Gama needs 3. BTJ, Puka, Mooney, Amon-Ra.
Not BTJ. Puka, Mooney, and Amon-Ra.
Yep, it's definitely the last 3. All right, Diego. Welcome back, Diego Lujano. Pickens, Cook.
James Cook.
Yeah. And let's see, Ferg or Hawk.
Ferguson.
Yes, still go Ferguson. Darnold or Tua.
Darnold over Tua. Dang, Neighbors almost had a big catch, but yeah. Danny Dimes can't quite get it to him. It bounced first.
The bounce pass. Doesn't work in football. 50th state of mind. All right, start 2. Jennings, Debo, Mooney, D-Hop.
I'm going Jennings and Debo. Jennings slightly over Mooney because of Drake London playing.
Does it matter that he has Kittle at tight end? You're just going all in on the Niners and just take what you get? I mean, why not?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Why not?
Why not?
It's the Bucks. It's the Bucks.
Yeah, you're guaranteed points. AV for 3. Okay, yeah, I think we might need to talk you out of this. Taysom over McBride?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I don't know how to talk. I don't really know how to talk you out of this. I don't really know what I need to say here.
Okay, I can come up with something. How about this? Right now, you're talking about Taysom Hill, for the Saints. As we stand, the New Orleans Saints are not good. Hold on, looking for the stats.
I think the fact that you say talk me out of it isn't like the fact that you even have to say that is enough that should be your clue right there to talk you out of it. Like I don't say like, hey, I'm gonna start, Justin Jefferson over Matt Collins. Talk me out of it.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to be talked out of it? It seems like you need to be. All right. Now I was going to show something, but the Saints, all right, look, the Saints are like the worst team in the league right now. How about that? Taysom Hill, if you don't have a tight end, but McBride is arguably still one of the top 3 tight ends in fantasy. He'll score a touchdown one of these days, probably. So, no. But hey, it's
all
your
right,
team.
Giants in field goal range.
If Daniel Jones fumbles the snap.
And Neighbors literally gets like 90% of his fantasy points on the Giants' last drive of the game.
That's how it works. All right,
although
not too bad.
He's at least at least he's not a total bust, but man,
he's at least double digits in PPR.
Barely.
Battle Sag. Baker, Stafford, or Stroud?
This is. I think I'm gonna go Stroud against the Lions.
Yeah, I'm still not feeling Baker until Mike Evans comes back. Stafford's okay, but I'll go Stroud assuming Nico plays. And you can wait because you'll know because Stafford plays Monday night. IRL, Axel, Devontae Smith, or George Pickens. You got to go Smith.
Yeah, definitely going Smith.
Blake, thank you for the super chat, Blake. 10-teamer, half PPR. Locked in, got Daniels, thankfully. Hill, Achane, Dobbins, and McBride. Needs a wide receiver 2 and a flex from D-Hop, Otten, Ladd, Javonte Jameson.
I might actually just go D-Hop and Otten here. I might go D-Hop at wide receiver 2 and Otten at flex.
Yeah, not often we want to flex a tight end, but in this case, you might want to. I'm definitely not starting Javonte. Like, there's no way. I don't love D-Hop this week, but am I really going to take a risk on Jameson Williams? I don't think so. Just go D-Hop and Otten. Okay. This one is tough, so let's do it. Davey D's. James Conner, Devonta Smith. PPR.
Ooh, this is tough, but I think in PPR I'm going to go Smith. But this is tough. This one is tough.
Yeah, Connor is solid, going to get you points, but I always want to go for the upside of the big game. Go Devonta Smith. Anthony Shope. Flex Rashad White, Khalil Shakir. Not Amari Cooper.
This is definitely Khalil Shakir for me in this one. I like Shakir this week.
I like Shakir a lot. Go Shakir for sure. And speaking of Cooper, this feels risky. Sir Cap-a-Lot. Risk Hill or play Mac Hollins?
No, just go with Hill.
Yeah, you can go with Hill. We have a super chat from Yellow Mellow Brinkley.
All right, Giants, 4th down. This is it. Can Gano make this field goal? He missed earlier.
Yellow Mellow, I don't see a comment. So if you do have a question, you go ahead and type it again. Just regular chat. You don't have to super chat it again, but I don't see anything here. Yellow Mellow. What about Randall Cobblers? Hunter Henry or Jake Ferguson?
I'm still going to go Ferguson here. It's closer, but I'm going to go Ferguson still.
Yeah, this one is close. Henry is... I mean, look, both of these guys are just okay, right? There's not a massive ceiling for anybody in the Patriots offense, and I don't know if there's a big ceiling for anyone in the Cowboys offense other than CeeDee Lamb here. So who do you feel better about potentially scoring a touchdown or getting several catches? The Patriots go on the road against the Bears. That's not good. So I'm going to go Ferguson. Oh, here we go. Yellow Mellow. It was right down there. I just missed it. Hopkins or DJ Moore?
I think I'm just going to go Hopkins. I know it's the Broncos, but he's got Patrick Mahomes, not Caleb Williams. Plus, DJ Moore might get a lot of Christian Gonzalez this week. I'm just going to go Hopkins.
Yeah, I again don't love Hopkins, but what do you feel about DJ Moore any given week now? I mean, especially after last week. Yeah, just take a chance on Hopkins. Maybe he'll score.
All right, he made it. Free football that nobody asked for.
Hey, more points potentially for Tyrone Tracy.
Maybe neighbors.
Maybe. At the very least, look, Malik Neighbors has 10 targets. He hasn't had that big play. That's what's been missing, right? I feel like teams are just going to kind of like what they've done to the Dolphins and Tyreek Hill, just take away the big play, right? Beat us underneath.
Yeah, that he hasn't had that big play because even when he was going off those games, I think people missed the fact that he wasn't having those big plays because he's got Daniel Jones.
That's Daniel Jones can't throw the deep ball. It's exactly what I talked about all offseason. Daniel Jones plus deep throws don't mix.
No.
Well, while we wait for overtime, let's get to the Jelly Monster. Waddle or Rico?
Waddle. I like Waddle this week. Even with Tyreek Hill, I still think he's got more upside than Rico.
Yeah, I like Waddle. I think Rico's startable, but got to go Waddle here. Mahomes or Knicks? I mean,
Gotta go Mahomes.
definitely Mahomes. I'm not starting Knicks anywhere. What's up, Brian? Brian Fourth.
What's up,
Um,
Ryan?
hitting us with Mac Hollins or Sterling Shepard.
Do I actually go Mac Hollins here?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's go Mac Hollins.
If I recall, Mac Hollins has scored a touchdown as a Buffalo Bill this year, so it's possible he does it again. Why not?
He has.
It's the Colts. It's a pretty good matchup. Let's go Hollins. Why not? Jason, what's up? Jason Quinones, Dell or Downs?
I'm going Dell still, even with Nico potentially back. Which, by the way, still no update on Nico. It's very annoying.
Yeah. Let's go Dell here. Donovan Yazzie needs a receiver. Starting Mooney. Okay, then Brian Thomas, DJ Moore, or Nico.
I'll just go Nico here. Not feeling good about Brian Thomas or DJ Moore.
Yeah. In this case, you can go Nico. We already answered that one. Strategy. I think we already answered that. I said Shakir. C. Hicks. Pick 3. Hopkins, Debo, Jennings, Pearsall, Wilson. Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, is that Garrett Wilson? It's Wilson. If that's Garrett Wilson, it's Wilson, Debo, and Jennings are my 3. I don't know what other Wilson it could be. Roman Wilson of the Steelers, who I don't think has even played this year.
It could be Michael Wilson.
Okay, if it's that's true. If it's Michael Wilson, I'll put Hopkins in over him.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Okay, if it's Garrett Wilson, you're definitely starting Garrett Wilson. If it's Michael Wilson, you're definitely not starting Michael Wilson. Which means it would be the first 3. Okay. Now we got Boomer calling this as a tie, like nobody wins, which would be fitting.
That would be fitting.
All right, Johnny Donuts giving you a shout out. Your sorcery in predicting Jamar eating.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's the Ravens, but I was wrong. I think I only said 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's true. You were wrong. You weren't wrong about Gesicki potentially just being a bust.
I mean, I did not tell people. I like Gesicki, and I said yes to Gesicki a lot. But this is why, again, it's like it always feels like, man, I don't want to be too all in on these guys. Like, it's one thing to be all in on Jamar Chase against the Ravens. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a reason why he's Mike Gesicki.
True. Right. Tyron Tracy is definitely coming through.
Tyron Tracy came through today. Yes, Tyron Tracy definitely came through. We'll see if Neighbors can come through here. Giants won the toss, so we'll see if Neighbors can come through here or not.
All right. This is a question I really don't want to answer, but it's a super chat, so wake up. For some reason, has to pick between AJ Brown or Deebo Samuel.
Oh my gosh. I think you got it. I think you got to go Deebo here. As much as I hate it, it's the Bucs. Yeah. I'm gonna go Deebo, but I hate that I have to even make this decision. Although I guess technically I don't, because it's your team. Wake up. How do you not have both these guys in your lineup? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, no kidding. I keep saying you have to start Deebo, so start Deebo. Which, by the way, C. Hicks did clarify it is Garrett Wilson. So
yeah, okay, yeah, Wilson, Deebo, Jennings.
Yep, gotta start Garrett Wilson. Blake again. This is a 10-teamer, half PPR. To add drop questions, drop Deontay for Ridley or Odunze.
Not really. Maybe Odunze. I think I'll gamble on Odunze the rest of the season. Not Ridley.
Yeah, I think you can drop Deontay. Drop Javonte for Bigsby.
I guess.
Mm.
Guess.
You know what? You might be better off if Bigsby's available. I'm assuming like you could get a guy like a Ray Davis, a Braylon Allen. You know, a handcuff with big upside. I might do that instead because. But yeah, I mean, I get it. If not, then you can do this. All right, Ricardo Andrade is back. It's a 10-teamer. Pick 2, DJ Moore, Ladd Ridley.
DJ Moore and Ladd.
Right. Or you could just say not Ridley.
Not Ridley.
Kincaid or Hawk?
Still going Kincaid this week, especially with Coleman and Cooper out. Let's see if he can do something now.
Yeah, I kind of like Kincaid a little bit this week. Vikings are.
Oh my gosh, Tyrone Tracy just fumbled.
Are you kidding?
And now the Panthers have the ball in field goal range.
Come on, Tracy.
Oh my gosh, dude.
And I say that just because he's been so good. I don't want him to start losing carries just because of that, you know?
Oh my gosh.
God. All right.
Well, this game's over now, barring a missed field goal.
Which would be fitting for this game. Vikings or Falcons defense?
You got to go Vikings. Don't they get Mac Jones this week?
They do. They get the Mac. Little Mac. Best start. Tua, Stroud, Darnold, Kirk, Rodgers, Herbert. You got to go Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go Kirk Cousins.
Okay, so Wake Up does have some good players. See why choosing there? Because he's got Kupp as his receiver. Got Hurts, Barkley, Kupp, Stevenson, and Hunt. Wait a minute. So are you flexing Hunt? Is that it? Because you got 3 running backs listed. No, Debo. Debo's not going to be a decoy. He's fine. I think.
No, I'm playing Debo over Stevenson or Hunt. If those are your, like, I'm going Hunt over Stevenson and Debo over Stevenson for sure.
Yeah, if you're flexing one of those running backs, get Stevenson out and put both AJB and Debo in. Mm-hmm. There we have not much time. I know there's football still going on. We got 15 minutes until kickoff of the early slate. So get those questions in there. We can answer them before we go. Last reminder also, you still got questions after today for the afternoon or night games or any time of the week when we're not live streaming. Use Draft Lane. It's our app. It's what we do here, but on the phone. So you download the app. You can sync it with your Yahoo or Sleeper leagues, and then you can ask your questions. Any type of question starts at waiver wire trade and more. You can just do the generic ask a question, and we'll get back to you. Either one of us will respond with personalized feedback and comments. And if you use the features on there, like the trade, advanced trade, we can see your roster. We can see your opponent's roster. It really is a way to dig deep in there and get you that personalized feedback. So it's really cool. So try it if you haven't yet. It's called Draft Lane. All right, let's get to Mikey G. There we go. Darnell Mooney, Khalil Shakir, or Juwan Jennings. All very good options this week.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Jennings slightly over Mooney with Drake London playing.
Yeah, I might have gone Mooney if there was no London. I mean, I like them all. Highest ceiling is probably going to be Jennings.
All right, there we go. Field goal is good. Panthers win. Do we see Brian Daboll next week?
I wonder if he's getting a pass because he has Daniel Jones as his quarterback.
Maybe.
Because he inherited Daniel Jones, right? He's not the one who drafted him.
Right.
Wow. All right. Star on right. Good morning. Mostert or Warren?
I'm just going to go Mostert here. He's got touchdown upside. What is Warren's upside, really?
Yeah, not much. Sejin Kim, Mooney, or London?
I got to go London. London. If London's playing, he's the wide receiver one. London.
Yeah, it's London here. The coaches in the house, Mikey Ditka, needs 2. Pickens, Mooney, Waddle, D-Rob, Jennings.
Jennings. Jennings and Mooney, I think. I really want to say Waddle, but I know how risky and how bad he's been. And Mooney gets the Saints. I might just go Jennings, Mooney.
Yeah, it's definitely not D-Rob, and I'm going to put Pickens down low. Yeah, I think the highest upside is still Jennings. Let's go for that ceiling. So it's between Mooney and Waddle. If you need a big game potential, could be Waddle, but Mooney's probably the smarter pick. So let's go Mooney and Jennings. And then we got the Iceman, Mark Bone. Hunt or Monty?
I'm going Hunt. Going Hunt over Monty this week.
And then roll with Hill or play Hopkins?
I'm rolling with Hill. This is not a great spot for Hopkins this week. I'm rolling with Hill.
Yeah, exactly. If someone felt better about maybe, but you can trust Hill. I still think Hill plays most likely, but we'll see. Grass-fed radio. Interesting. Jennings or Debo Samuel?
Curtis Samuel? No, give me Jennings. Not starting Curtis.
I'm assuming it's Debo Samuel, but
okay. Well, if it's Debo, yeah, that's true. If it's Debo Samuel, I'm going Debo. Definitely Debo. Good point.
Yeah, it's got to be Debo. Which, by the way, what happened to Curtis Samuel? Because all this, Cooper's hurt, Coleman's out. And shit. It's like, is Curtis Samuel still hurt? Does he just cease to exist?
I think did he play last week? I don't remember. He's
I don't even
hurt
know.
Or not. He's irrelevant. I know that.
Yeah, like it does not matter. All right, got a few minutes here. Let's get as many as we can. Thank you. We didn't know this. Wake Up is coming from Maui. We got an influx of Hawaiian viewers lately. I feel like you noticed that. That's awesome.
Definitely. Yep.
All right, let's do Amy. Needs 2 receivers: Hopkins, Lamb, Downs, Dell, Shakir.
I'm going Lamb and Dell. Although, man, I could see like this going any direction out of these guys. Wow. Yeah, Lamb and Dell.
Yeah, I think go Lamb and Dell. Like Shakir, but I'm not sure I'll put him over those guys. Yeah. Which good point, Boomer. Where does Curtis Samuel rank on the dust meter these days?
I mean, he's not Zeke or Dalvin Cook level, but he's probably like top 10.
We're gonna have to rank one of these days. We'll make a rank.
Dalvin Cook might be the number 1. He might be even dustier than Zeke.
Dustier than Zeke? Yeah, wow. Maybe. Access MIA, Eckler or Mooney or Hunt?
Doesn't say scoring here. I might just go Hunt regardless. If it's full PPR, maybe Mooney, but I still just might go Hunt. I mean, he gets so many touches in this Chiefs offense.
Yeah, Hunt is a solid floor. If it's PPR, I'd probably go Mooney. Still think he's gonna have a good game, even with London there. Abraham Guzman, Noah Brown, or Worthy?
I guess I don't know. Neither.
None of the above. I
feel like. All right, I guess just go Noah Brown. Take the floor.
Yeah, Worthy's floor is literally 0 because that's what he got you the other day. It's nothing. It's a bad matchup. I don't even feel good about D-Hop. There's no way I'm playing Worthy. Western Goods, Quentin Johnson or wait for Nico?
Definitely wait for Nico.
Yeah, can wait for Nico here. Juan Wick. Kincaid or Taysom Hill?
Oh, this is a decision. I'm going to go Kincaid with all the receivers hurt, but I don't mind Taysom. I don't know. Maybe I should just say Taysom, honestly. How many chances we give Kincaid?
Yeah. Like I'd say Kincaid should get you some points, get you a floor. Taysom, if you hope he scores some touchdowns. So depends on your risk tolerance here, Juan. Chris, last question. Hawkinson, Waddle, or Rashad White?
Waddle. Definitely Waddle here.
Yeah, definitely Waddle. And see, just as I said it, we got another Maui viewer, Terry Villa.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Well, y'all hook us up with some free room and board if we go visit.
Yeah.
Herbert or Murray?
Ooh. I think I'm going Murray, but this is actually a decision for me. But Murray.
Barely Murray. Give the edge. One flex between Odunze, Bucky, or Bigsby.
Let's just go with Odunze. Hope for a big play.
Yeah, don't feel good about either of those running backs this week. How about some last-minute panic from Cal? Shakir or Smith?
Is that Devonta Smith? If that's Devonta Smith, I'm going Smith.
If it's Devonta Smith, then it's Smith. Western Goods also wants to know Steelers, Rams, or Broncos defense. None of those are very good options.
Yeah, I don't really want to play the Rams against the Dolphins. I don't want to play the Broncos against the Chiefs. I don't really want to play the Steelers against the Commanders. Man.
Could you pick up the Falcons? Probably not. Could you pick up?
I mean, if I had to choose, I guess I'll go the Broncos. They're the best real-life defense. And it's not like the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't, apart from last week when they played the Bucs, and even then, it's not like the Chiefs are putting up 40 points every week. I might just go Broncos. They at least have a floor.
I mean, I feel like the Steelers are the best real-life defense of this group, I think. But I think the Rams have the best matchup. I might go Rams. K.E. Taker. Pick one. Shakir Downs Hopkins in half.
I'm going to go Shakir, even though it is half. But again, they're missing all the wide receivers. It's a really good matchup for Shakir. Not a great spot for Hopkins this week. Go Shakir.
Yeah, I like Shakir. He's a boom pick. You guys haven't seen him? Like the boom of Shakir. Don't love Hopkins this week. Downs is fine, but it goes Shakir. Okay, so now we got some interesting vacation tips here. So if we go, we need to first of all go to Monkey Pod Kitchen in Maui.
Okay.
All right.
Monkey Pod Kitchen.
I can remember that. Now I just need the money to go to Hawaii.
Right.
We'll get there. All right. We have 2 minutes. Let's do a quick lightning round. A couple of questions here. Yeah, last second. Chad Black. Jennings or Harrison?
Jennings.
Yeah, definitely Jennings. Tyson Scott. Hill or Waddle?
Well, if Hill plays, it's Hill. If he doesn't, you just go to Waddle. Nice problem to have.
Yep, there you go. Justin Mirage. Devonta Smith or Debo?
Gotta go Debo. This is a great spot for Debo.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta start Debo. Rick Deckard. Shakir or Dell?
I know everybody's out, but I'm still going Dell. I do like Shakir. Maybe I'll be wrong here. I'm still going Dell.
This is close. I do feel like Nico's going to play, but I do feel like Dell is still a good start. So I like Shakir, but I'll go Dell as well. It's very close. And let's see. Oh, Scooby Doo, Jennings or Bucky?
It's definitely Jennings.
Yeah, Jennings for sure. Anakin, I don't know how you have this dilemma. Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen?
Oh man, what the? Let's see. This week, Jalen Hurts, the Cowboys, Josh Allen, the Colts. They're both in good spots, but Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys, I'm going Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But go Jalen Hurts, I guess.
I know it probably doesn't even matter. Probably gonna both be great.
Mario, Nava, Jennings, or Shakir? Got them both as booms. Who booms more?
Yeah, I think Jennings has that more of that big play touchdown upside. I'm going Jennings.
Yes, Jennings. And Jedi Koth, Downs, or BTJ?
I'm just gonna go Downs here, even with Flacco. No Pittman, at least. Go Downs.
Yep. And who, RJ? Stroud, Russ, Nix.
I'm going Stroud. I think Nico will play, but even if he doesn't, it's a good matchup for Stroud this week.
Yep. Go Stroud here. Definitely not touching Nix this week. I think that just about does it. I think it is now 1 o'clock on the Eastern Coast, and it's game time. So we're going to get out of here, and we'll let you guys make sure your lineups are set and watch those games. Watch us as well. We're going to have videos coming out tonight, tomorrow, every single day to help you out. And we'll be live streaming tomorrow before the Monday night game. Hopefully with some news about Tyreek Hill. That's good. And everything else. Again, check out the Draft Lane app if you haven't already. You can get your questions answered without having to wait for us to go live. And it's a free download right there. App Store, Play Store. If you haven't tried Draft Lane, check it out now. Gets you in touch with us just like on the live streams. All right, guys. Oh, I could go for that. The best Mai Tais in the world. That sounds pretty good.
Nice.
Right now.
Nice.
I'm ready. Y'all are tempting me. Okay. But we're going to go watch some football as well. Get you guys ready for week 11. All right. We'll see you on the next one.